Hey guys, this is Zephyr's Gambit. My name is Matt in a Hat, and I will be DMing this game for Con+1 for charity. If you guys are watching, please donate. This is a great cause. Raising some money for charity. I'd like to welcome my two players in here today. Thanks, guys, for coming. I know that we don't have our full numbers that signed up, but it's a con. This is what happens. So, Carl and Joe, welcome. How about you guys just, we'll start with Carl. Introduce your character, tell us a little bit about them, and then we'll go over to Joe and introduce the character, and then I'll introduce what we're doing today in Star Wars. So go ahead, Carl.
Hi, everybody. I'm Carl Ghostline, and I am from the United States in the beautiful state of Georgia, and I will be playing Rufio Zealots. He's for the most part, he's one of those types of Hulk smash type. He likes to hit things and shoot things and make things bleed. He is a beat stick. He is the muscle of the group, and he is not very smart in anything else that he does. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to mute my mic again.
Thank you. And over to Joe.
Okay, I'm John. I'm from the U.S. in Indiana, so there's plenty of cornfields around me. And I am playing Darius Ozymandias. He goes by Oz. He's a computer techie guy with a few tricks.
Sweet. Thank you, guys. So where we're at, it has been 1 year since the Galactic Republic amassed their forces and destroyed the first Galactic Empires Superweapon, the Death Star. After being driven from their hidden base on Yavin 4, the Rebel Alliance has been harrowed by Imperial troops, and they need to establish a new base. So in their desperation, they've decided against two planets, Daxan Beta and Insk, and have instead decided on the planet Crait as their base of operations. As the forces of the evil Lord Darth Vader continue to quell any signs of non-compliance with extreme prejudice, it is your job to land on Crait and clear out a site worthy of the Rebel Alliance, the only hope against the Empire's strong hand. And that is where we are at with these characters. We are hovering just above the planet Crait. Our handler, Vamin Vakil, is here. She basically tells us what's going on, what we're likely to find down on the planet Crait. She says, look, where we're going to land you, it's basically a salt flat. There's just white as far as the eye can see. We're gonna land you there as dawn breaks, and during the day, if you guys are out in the open, come say midday or around midday, those couple of hours, what you'll find is that it's really, really blinding. So she actually gives you some visors that come like a long way off your forehead, and she says, you know, if it comes to that, you guys wear these. They'll help out. They won't be perfect, because what the sun does is it sort of reflects off those salt flats, and it sort of comes up. The light sort of reflects into your eyes as well, but it'll help. At least it'll be a little bit as we're going down there. She says, look, there's a few things, there's a few places that we want to explore. There's a few things that we want you to investigate. There's a type of crystal down there, this red crystal that we're really curious about. We don't know all of the properties, and we want you to go down and investigate that for us, see if it can be a useful resource for the rebellion. And there's a couple of sites that we would like to investigate to see which is the best site for our rebel base. It has to be somewhere that's got some natural resources, obviously, and somewhere where we can land all of our shipments down and be hidden from the Empire. So do you guys understand? She's just sort of giving you the brief. Do you guys understand kind of what's going on? Do you have any questions, quick questions for Vamin before we hop in the shuttle to go down onto the planet's surface?
Okay, I do need a GM clarification. Which Are we in the era of just right after the Clone Wars and the Rebellion, or are we in right after the like what's depicted in episode 7? Because you confused me when you said the First Order. Is this happening?
So the first Death Star,
right before the Resistance lands on Crait?
right?
Oh, I thought you were like way back, like at the birth of the Empire days.
No.
Oh, okay.
So we're just one. It's not AD, but it's one whatever the ABY is it?
Yeah,
ABY or something like that. Yeah.
So basically, we're right after they destroyed Starkiller Base.
Yeah.
Right. In the movie. I'm sorry I'm having to ask this, but you were a little confusing with the story.
Sorry, I've been confusing. That was not my intention. Cool. So we're aware of where we're at. Yeah, any questions for Vamin?
Oh, I'm sorry for interrupting.
You're okay. Absolutely fine. Doesn't sound like...
What's in it for me?
She says, well, we have helped you out. So you've both got a duty there to the rebellion. Basically, either they've helped you out, you've signed on another thing. It's kind of a little bit up to you guys exactly how that looks, but perhaps they've done you a favor, perhaps... and also, once you've done this, you will obviously be paid. You will obviously be recognized by the rebellion as the people who actually cleared out this base so that we could actually keep going and be able to resist the Empire.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of glory in it. There's pay at the end of it, and yeah, it should be good.
This should be fun. Let's get in the shuttle, guys. Let's go.
All right. Well, it's a simple matter of jumping in the shuttle and changing the scene. So we land. I'm just going to change the scene here for you guys. And this is what we see, just like this giant white salt flat that just almost goes as far as the eye can see. I'm really just sort of showing you that so you're a little bit familiar with what we can see, and she's given you a map. Now the other maps that I'm going to be showing you here today, they're different colors because I couldn't quite find all white maps. So we're sort of desert. Some of them are a little bit red, some of them are a little bit green or whatever. So just bear with us. It should be all good. Vamin gives you a little bit of a map. I just want to give you a real quick look at this. You don't have to study it very closely, but you can see there's like all of these twisting areas in this along this this place, this continent. So she sort of highlights a couple of those to go and explore. So you can see that there's quite a bit to take in. And the first place that she sends you is, she says, one of the things that we're most concerned about is a source of water. When we set up this base, we're going to need to obviously have a source of water that's not being polluted by the salt with all of these salt flats. And so you guys hop in your speeder, and you fly around these salt flats looking for somewhere that you might be able to find some water. And she highlights a place that they've sort of noted up in the ship. She pings it on your data pads, and you're able to start going towards there. And so I'm going to take us over there to that gorge, and I'm going to put our characters here. I'm just going to have to slightly reduce their size back down to where they should be. Okay, so you guys realize coming into this place than in this particular area, but you might be able to see up to the north. There's actually a spring up there of water, and so this is the first place that she's pinged that could be a potential source of fresh water. So she's put you up here where you are. The cliff faces beside you some 30 feet tall, so you can't sort of climb up them particularly easily, but you can look around. So all you have to do is click on your token and sort of drag it around. I can also control them, and let us know where you're heading, and excuse me, and we'll go in that direction. So yeah, feel free to explore as much as you like and ask as many questions as you like as we go, and we'll make some checks and we'll do some exploring and we'll figure out what's going on in this place. So
okay, where are our tokens? I don't see them. Oh,
right down the bottom. If you scroll down, hopefully on the right map. Let me just double check that it's...
Oh, there they are, way down. I see them way at the
right
bottom.
down the bottom. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so you've just left your speeder just below where you guys are. It's sort of widened out down there, and your speeder's there. It's safe. Yeah, you've just sort of realized that it's a bit hard to drive around here with all of the shrubbery, with all of the little outcroppings of rock and so forth. So that's why you've gotten out in this.
Is AR-44 really a refurbished old style battle droid, like a Federation battle droid? Is that just the picture you used?
I think that's just the picture. I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to be playing this droid because I've got all the motivations and stuff here, but I don't know too much about it because I didn't create it. It was created by a player that wasn't able to make it.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'll look at crap. I'm sorry. The other guy.
Show you. Yeah, Darius is his name. So there you are. You should be able to see his name now.
Okay, so I guess we're going to split up. I guess we've got to split up and like check everything. Where are you going? I'll follow you.
You're welcome to lead the way.
No, I think that's a good idea.
AD will be like, he'll sort of take the lead. He is carrying this massive great sword. It's like 5-foot blade. He just like holds it with both hands. He's like, I'll lead the way. And he starts progressing forward.
Why don't we go? A pair of scan glasses, so he's kind of keeping a casual look over everything we're going up to.
All right. So what do those scan glasses actually do?
It's basically the equivalent of a hand scanner or something similar to that.
Okay, so you're able to analyze wildlife and that sort of thing. Cool.
I'm assuming that it's more similar to what we would call Google glasses.
Sure. Yeah. So there's all sorts of vegetation. So you in your travel here, you didn't see that much green. There was a lot of white sand, and coming up to this area, you're starting to see patches of trees, and shrubbery that's actually living. So this is why she's pinged this area, because there is that water up there. And so AD keeps on progressing forward towards that water. We do need to analyze it to see if it's fresh water or if it's salt water. Obviously, anything that you guys want to do at this point.
The first thing I would do, though, is do a quick scan of the plant life. Is it similar to anything that I've seen before?
Most likely it is. Most of the leaves are almost fern-like, but in a sense that not from a rainforest. But the leaves are quite large, and you've got that fern kind of shape.
Okay,
they seem to be subsisting quite fine on the land here, even amongst all of the rock. It's kind of surprising almost to you, because it doesn't look like there would be that much access to water. But if they're subsisting here by themselves, maybe that water that you can see there over to the left-hand side, maybe that extends like under the ground, perhaps, is what you're thinking.
I'm going to go ahead and approach the water, but about here, I'm going to do a scan to see if there's any sort of life in it or anything like that.
Sure. Yeah, and so let's do. Let me update my dice pool here, and we'll actually get you to do a check in a moment. So this is going to be an average check, and it's going to be a computer's check to make sure that you've put in all of the right things, and make sure that you read it correctly when it reads out to you. So let's roll that. You are free to just click on your computer's check there, and as you can see there, we have 3 successes and an advantage. So with that, you can definitely it'll read that scan, and it definitely shows signs of life. There are 2 life forms that it shows amongst smaller life forms as well. So the small life forms are most likely to just be fish, small, fast moving. The 2 larger life forms, though, are not moving at all like fish. They're moving very slow and lumberingly. They seem to be quite sizable too.
I warn everyone that there is something in there that is rather larger and maybe a potential threat.
Yeah, you think maybe, I don't know about how much Star Wars characters are familiar with, but maybe the size of something like a small gator is what you're looking at.
That's kind of what I figured was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll pull my blaster out just and put it at hold on.
Yeah, and Andy has his great sword at the ready, just in case. I mean, you guys do have to properly take a sample of this water. So knowing that you have to get close, knowing that these things may not be friendly, we don't know yet, but approaching with caution. Now, as a group, now, do we want to, excuse me, approach sort of like on the south side of this water? Do we want to go from the east? Which do you reckon, like around this boulder, which is some sort of 20 foot tall, which side of the boulder do we want to go?
I would leave it up to our frisky droid to go wherever he wants, but I'm going to move to more of a covering position.
Excellent. Yeah. I think he's just going to go directly towards it, knowing that, try and get there and get out just in case these things are dangerous. So all of you carry with you sampling tools, which she's given you your handler has given you these sampling tools to take samples here on Crait. So he approaches with that in one of his bodily cavities, ready to pull out, but has the great sword in both hands at this stage, knowing that these things might be dangerous. And as he's approaching, these things do show themselves. 1 second. Let me pull him up there. Now, Rufio, are you happy where you are there?
Yeah, stage? Back in this area where I could get clear shots without hurting either the AD or Oz. Sure. Yeah, I'm back here in case it proves to be a Karabash type incident.
Right. So let me just pull up these things from their layer to this one. All right, and they show themselves. They slowly lumber out of the water. You can see that they move very lumberingly. In fact, they're quite slow. But both of them rise up out of the water, and they look territorial to you. They look like they're defending their feeding / water area. And with that, I would like you both to please make either cool or vigilance rolls, your choice, whatever is better for you. Now, just hang on. Hang on 1 second. Let me clear out. That will actually be 2 advantages for Darius, because the difficulty shouldn't have been there, and it's not there anymore. So you can go ahead and roll there.
I'll be doing cool instead of vigilant. Or what was the other one? Cool and what?
Cool or vigilance, your choice.
I'll be wearing cool.
And AD will also roll. Let's see what is better for him. His vigilance is only very slightly better, so he will roll that. Okay, and the 2 creatures there. Let me just check their stats as I'm pulling that up. Okay, and vigilance and willpower. Okay, so they've got a pretty good roll, or potential roll. So they're at this, and we'll roll them. Okay.
Oh, Karabash.
So in this case, what we have is the creatures, and then the PCs. We have 3 PCs. So with this, with Star Wars, we have player character initiative slots and enemy initiative slots. And what happens is we've generated 3 player character slots. When it comes to a player character turn, any one of the 3 characters can act in any one of those slots. And basically, whoever's got a good idea can act in the first slot when I call that out. And then every successive round, the slots are the same, but the players can be different. So we can the last person to act in a round can be the first person to act in the next round or whatever. We just continue to use the same enemy and ally slots. So how this is going, the enemies are getting to go first as they got the best initiative roll there. And so being that AD is the closest, this one will come up. The other one that's on the other side is not going to be able to get to him as it is moving kind of slowly. It is going to get to about here though. So next round, it will definitely get to him. And the one that got to him is going to make an attack against him. And so we have... Hello. Come on then. Yes, hello.
Oh.
Yes, hello. Hi. Okay. and 2. Brawl. Yeah, so that's correct. Now, with a melee check, they are pretty much always at 2 at average. And in this case, AD actually has a melee defense. So that's going to make it a little bit harder for it to land that attack. And hello. And I'm just going to roll that check. One moment. Here we go. Let's see how they do. All right. Okay, so that is a success, and it is a crit because of that triumph. Speaking of that, I just have to grab my crit cards. Where are they? 1 second, guys. Let's grab those. Okay. Crit cards. Get that all ready to go. Okay. So he does. Yes, I'll let you up. 1 second. Here you go. He does 3 plus 7 damage, so it's a total of 10 less AD's soak. So AD's soak, I believe, is 4. Let me double check. Pretty sure it is though. Character info. No, soak of 6. So he'll do 4 damage to AD. And I'll now roll the critical hit. Because we got a critical hit. Is that in the combat one? I'm still getting used to these sheets. What I'll do is I'll just quickly roll it here in the chat. And got 53. And 53 is a fearsome wound. So the target increases the difficulty of all presence and willpower checks by 1 until the end of the encounter. Ouch. And it seems that AD is, as the droid, perhaps doesn't. Yeah, it's sort of going. Oh, these things are dangerous. These things are dangerous, which seems perfectly obvious to you guys, but. It is what it is. And then we've got 3 player slots. So any one of us, including AD, can take one of those slots. Who has an idea of what they would like to do? And we'll get the action rolling.
Wait until after AD strikes with a sword to finish off it if needed.
Okay, yep. So you're
same with, that'll be basically Rufio's same thing as well. He'll be, but the one that I want to know with see where I'm. Can you see me pinging? I don't know how to ping.
Just hold your mouse, and it will.
See this area right here. Do I have a clear shot because of this tree and crop right here?
Yeah. At the moment, there's a clear shot. So right at the moment, AD is engaged with it. So that's going to make things a little bit more difficult for you, but not like devastating. But yeah, you've got a clear shot. You're
okay. If I hit AD, I can repair him later.
So do you want to wait for AD to make that hit, or do you want to make a shot first?
I want to let AD make the hit first to make sure the shot is necessary.
Sure, yeah. You don't want to let off a round of ammunition if you don't need it.
Yep.
Not a bad plan. Cool. Well, AD will roll that attack. So it's a melee attack. And with that difficulty, now does it have Doesn't have any defense, this creature. So we're just rolling that. And he is rolling his melee. That is wrong. Hang on, let me clear that out. So this is one of the things. Sometimes it can be a little bit clunky. Let's try that again. Melee. That looks... No, it's still not right. Why? I'll just disregard the last two. So he's still failed. And he has an advantage. So so he's lifted up his greatsword. He's sort of brought it down, but with him like, oh, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. His body is kind of moved in the wrong direction, and he's brought his greatsword down onto the sand next to this creature instead of the creature's carapace. And he's put himself in such a position and done it in such a way. The greatsword has come on the far side of the creature, and so he's going to pass on a blue dice, a boost dice, to the person who goes next. So whoever's going next, I will add in the blue dice.
Oz, because he's probably got a lower weapon skill than you do.
Right. So I've added in the blue dice. You don't need to do that. You are shooting from short range, which is 1 purple, but you are shooting into combat. So that will upgrade to red. So I will put in that. And you know what? These things are defensively guarding this this pool, and because of that, I'm going to use a dark side point to upgrade their the difficulty check for this particular shot. And so I've put in the difficulty. All you need to do is click on your light, I'm guessing it's light range, your ranged light attack. Yeah. And just click on that and it should go. So you've absolutely succeeded. So what happens here is your pistol automatically does 6 damage, and then for every success you add an additional damage onto that. So you've done 9 points of damage to this thing, less its soak. Now it does have a soak of 5, so you've done 4 damage to this particular creature. Okay, where are we? So 4 damage back down to there. And so, yeah, it has been wounded, but it is still going. And you are the last person to act there, Rufio. So what would you like to do?
I'm going to take a heavy blaster shot. Because I look at it this way, I am way back here, so I could just pop it right there from that side. Won't get anywhere near AD, won't get near everybody Oz. And if I miss it, hopefully it won't I'm going blaster. Well, yeah, blaster bolts ricochet. Hopefully I won't hit the tree and ricochet.
All right, 1 second. I think I just need to... I'm just going to reload just in case I'm seeing the wrong thing here, because I feel like I'm seeing the wrong thing. 1 second. So I've got you here, Rufio. Is that right?
That is correct.
And are you going after this creature or the far one?
Yeah, I'm coming the one that's attacking AD.
Okay. So, excuse me. Let me bring up my dice pool again. Oh, I've got a frog in my throat. It's horrible. All right, so you are at...
I'm sorry, guys. Let me respond to this. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm going ahead. I'm ready to attack. I've got my sheet up.
You are at medium range. We're going to upgrade that because AD is there.
The weapon is accurate, but it's also cumbersome.
It is accurate. Okay.
Accurate 1, cumbersome 2.
All right. Then I will just get you to click on your ranged heavy skill for me. You should be good to go.
My ranged heavy skill, not the blaster itself.
Oh, well, right. Yeah, you can probably click on the blaster too.
Okay.
Okay.
Well then.
Yeah. So you've succeeded with 2 advantages and a triumph there. So you could crit with that, with the triumph if you would like. Otherwise, you can learn something vital in the scene. You can do something else like upgrading an ally's check or downgrading an enemy's check with that triumph. Excuse me. And with those 2 advantages, you can pass on some boost dice. You can pass on either 2 boost dice to the next ally or 1 boost dice to an ally of your choice. Or you could give 1 setback dice, a black dice, to one of the enemies. So I know that's a lot of choices, but...
Whoa, that did kind of just blow me away. You know what? I will give a advantage to AD.
Okay. So he will get, whenever he goes, he will get a blue. And then would you like to crit, or would you like to find something vital or something else that's...
I would like to find... I would like to give him a vital. Let him find something vital.
Cool. Okay. So
what I was thinking, maybe they're guarding a nest of some, they've got babies close, or it's a female and a male, and maybe you've got babies close or something.
Right. It does look like a breeding pair, but there is no sign of there actually being young. However, this does look like they're like very territorial, like they've claimed this for themselves. And with that something vital, you learn that they are not aquatic creatures. They have swum up from underneath the water, but there must be some sort of tunnel or cavern underneath here or behind here where these things came from, because they haven't come, like they don't dwell in the water, they dwell outside of the water. So there must be something behind or above or something around here where they're defending. So yeah,
cool.
There's that. That's really cool. And so because you've succeeded, you deal 8 damage to it.
So let me ask you. Okay, so that's 8 damage. I see the 8 damage, and the 3 is that, and 3 of that is that 3 of that 8 critical, or is that 3 more separate damage?
Okay. Yep. So how critical works in this game is the number that you read is the number of advantages that you require to actually activate a critical hit. So if you got 1 more advantage with that check, you could have activated the critical hit with that weapon. But in this case, you only got 2 advantages, so you can't activate the critical hit of that particular weapon for that hit. Does that make sense? You sort of spend your advantages to activate special qualities of your weapon. And crit is a quality that is on every weapon, but different weapons have different numbers on there. And so an unarmed strike, for example, is crit 5. So you require 5 advantages to actually crit with an unarmed strike. It's very difficult to do. So the lower the crit rating, the easier it is to activate.
Okay.
And there are other weapon qualities out there too, things like burn and whatever else. And they all have an amount of advantages that you require in your check to activate them and make them work. Okay. So you've done basically 8 damage. And the way that soak works is that it just takes off some of that damage, but you have the quality Pierce 2 on your weapon. So 2 of their points of soak that would normally be applied here cannot be applied because you pierce through the natural toughness of this creature with your weapon. So in that case, you deal 5 damage to this thing.
5 more? Okay.
Well, 5 in total, yeah. All right. And it is looking very, very wounded at this point. It's not quite down, but it is bleeding. It's moving even more of a lumbering kind of nature than what it was. And it's sort of like arcing up and does not seem to be particularly happy at this stage. Then because all 3 of us have gone, the creatures get to go next. And so that one, as a maneuver, is going to look at you, Rufio, and I can. What is your discipline?
Discipline, defense, force rating.
So it's a skill. It's a skill.
Oh, it's a skill. Oh, my bad. Discipline, I have 1 little green dot.
You have 1 green dot. Okay. That's not great. That's going to be quite easy for this to happen, but we're going to make sure, because now, before I roll this, I will give you the chance to, if you want to, you can spend a light side point to make this more difficult than it is, because right now it is very easy for this to pass for this creature. If you want it to be a little bit harder, you could spend a light side point to make it harder. You don't have to, but I'll give you that option.
There's only one.
There's only 1 light side point there at the moment.
Point in the destiny pool. So I would have to roll destiny again, or what would I do?
No. So what you do is in the middle there, just under the destiny pool, it says use light side. You click on use light side. Yep. And now it's being used. So you upgrade the difficulty of it.
Probably not a whole lot, is it?
It's not a whole lot, but it's something.
Okay.
All right.
Now I need to roll the discipline.
No, I will roll it because it's that didn't update. Oops. Never mind that. It still succeeds. Can you use that light side again? Sorry.
Sure. Give me just a minute.
Cool. All right. So it has succeeded. All right. So you are immobilized and disoriented until the end of your next turn. What this means is you cannot move. You can act, but when you do act, you get a black or setback dice, which I will add to your pool when it comes to your turn. But you cannot actually move. Your legs have kind of stopped working properly. They're getting very stiff.
Did I see the creature do anything to me?
It's looked at you.
Holy. Okay. Well then.
The other creature will come down and will make an attack at AD. Just as sorry, I didn't catch
memory core. Oz, just save his memory core.
And that looks all. We need a black because he has a defense. Okay, this one doesn't actually succeed, and in fact, because you remember how AD had brought his weapon down onto the sand. Well, just as the second creature gets to AD, at that very moment, AD's like bringing his sword up, ready for the next swing, and it kind of catches the creature as he's bringing it back up, and he takes a point of strain. But because this is only a rival, a strain means that he's actually going to take a wound. As the greatsword nicks him on the way up. So he's going to take that wound.
Nice.
Yeah. So, that will be them for this round. So who would like the first turn of this round?
I can take a shot. I just can't make movement. Take a movement phase.
That's correct, yeah. But when you do take your shot, I will be putting in a black there for you. So I'm all set up. Hang on, let me just take out these. Yeah, I am all set up for you to roll your weapon again.
Sweet. Did you add my necessary stuff?
Yes, you just have to click on your...
Why? Oh, there it is. Lost.
Cool. You've succeeded.
It's done. Wow. Cool.
So that will be 9 damage, but it will pierce 2 of the soak. So... 5. So you describe how you bring this first one that we've been sort of attacking multiple times. You describe how you bring it down.
Okay, so Rufio's feeling groggy. You guys all see him just doing this. I don't know if you guys could see me on the cam, but he's just doing this. Whoa, Carabash, that just kind of hurt me bad. What's going on? That's like a total trip. I'm riding the wave, and the next thing he knows, he just swinging, and all of a sudden he takes his rifle and his hunting blaster and goes boop, and the next thing you know, by the grace of God, it didn't hit AD instead, and you see the blaster bolt go right through the skull. It just hits him in the head, and it drops.
Excellent.
And I'm guessing when it drops, the stunning effect goes off me.
Right? No, it does not.
Oh.
So let me see what happens. So okay. So at the end of your turn, you need to make me a survival check. Now, don't roll any dice yet at the moment. Let me get my dice pool ready for you. So my dice pool is ready for you. I need you to go into your skills and click on survival for me, please. So you fail and you take a point of strain. Now, have you taken any strain yet this encounter?
No.
No. So what we do, I'm going to, if you click on your token, you'll see that there's a green circle and a blue circle. In the blue circle, we're going to put 2 into that circle and just press enter. Yep, so now you have 2 strain. You'll see that it's starting to fill up. So we go from 0 upwards in Star Wars until we get to our threshold. Once you get to your threshold, you are incapacitated, which basically means that you can't act anymore. So you failed on that check, which means that you are staggered now until the end of your next turn, in addition to being immobilized and disoriented. So 1 second while I double check one thing. Sorry, I will just find find staggered. Page 230. So staggered, you cannot perform actions. So the next time it comes around to your turn, you won't be able to actually shoot, unfortunately, because your whole body is getting stiffer and stiffer and stiffer. It's getting very difficult to actually move or do anything. So when it comes back around to your turn, you unfortunately will not be able to take an action.
I know what I'll be doing the next time. I'll tell you.
All right. And then it's out of either Darius or AD as far as the next...
Okay, go ahead and have AD go.
Alrighty. So AD will attempt again to hit one of these things. That would be helpful, AD, please, if you're able to succeed on that. So let me do that. We are at 2. And where are we? Need to pull up AD's character sheet again because I had to reload. Oh, it keeps on doing that. That's annoying. And I click on to combat. Is it actually there? Yes, it is. So we should be able to click on that, and hopefully that will succeed this time. And oh, well, it succeeded, but my roll didn't. Why has it not? Because I've got the wrong. Let's try this again. Oh, nope, still hasn't done it. It's all right. The range, brawl, melee. Okay. All right. Well, in any case, he did succeed. Don't know why it's updating the way it is.
The system, just me. Technically, he succeeded in all 3 of those, right? Just so I recognize. I'm still trying to kind of learn the result, what the buttons on the results.
The second one didn't succeed, but that's okay because he succeeded on the first one. Well, we'll take the first roll. It's not quite right, but we'll take it. So he does. Well, he does 10 points of damage less at soak. So he does 5 damage to it, which is a pretty good hit. All right, so it is definitely looking in 5th edition, we would say it's bloodied.
Yeah.
It's not really such a thing in Star Wars, but just to explain kind of what condition it's looking like, it's not in the greatest condition. So we're now over to actually AD will. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. He's going to stay there. So Darius, it's over to you.
How does movement work?
How does movement work? Okay, so there are range bands in Star Wars. So currently, the way that I've narrated this is that Rufio is at medium range, where he's at now, which is 2 movements if he wanted to move up to it. You are 1 movement or 1 maneuver away. So there are, in every turn, we have maneuvers and we have actions. So maneuvers can be used to move. They can also be used to take a defensive stance or maybe aim at something. There's all sorts of different things that we can use maneuvers for. We have the opportunity to have 2 maneuvers every turn, but if you do 2 maneuvers in a turn, you take 2 points of strain for that second maneuver. So your first maneuver is free, effectively. Your second maneuver in a turn incurs that 2 points of strain penalty.
Okay. So if I wanted to go to the square by the top bigger tree, that would give me the clear shot to the monster. It would be a double move.
It would be a double move. And
then I would still be able to fire?
Yes, you would. So you would take 2 points of strain to do so. Excuse me.
Well, either way, to get where I can hit it, I think I would have to do pretty much 2 points of strain no matter where I go.
Okay.
Wouldn't I? Because right now I don't have a clear shot because of the rock.
Yeah. I think if you say moved to there, that would just be 1 maneuver to get to there. And then that's a pretty good shot there.
Okay, then I'm going to take 1 there, and I'm going to take a second anyway.
Okay.
And I'll take the 2 strain to aim.
All right, sounds good. So when you aim, you get a blue boost dice. So I will put that in, and you are at short range, but engaged. All right, so you are free to make that shot. Okay. Good. So you've succeeded. You've succeeded with an advantage. So you've done 7 points of damage less at soak. Hasn't quite brought it down, I'm afraid. But it is that little bit more wounded. Excuse me. And you can pass that at, or you can either heal one of those strain that you just took, or you can pass on a blue to the next ally.
I'll do a blue to my next ally.
Beautiful. All right, so I have that in there. Let me clear out these dice. So the blue is set and ready. Everyone's gone this turn. So it's the creature. The creature... Well, it's just gonna continue to attack AD, I think. It doesn't really know any better. It's just trying to defend its territory. So we'll put that in. We'll put that in. AD's got a defense, and we roll. Don't know where those two purples are coming from. Don't know what's going on with that because it's...
Try refreshing. We had that trouble in D&D the other night with dice popping up where they weren't supposed to.
Okay, I will. Let me... Either way, it's definitely going to fail. So I'm just going to refresh. But it's failed to hit him. So we're at the start of a new round. So who do we want to take the first go here? Because we know that Rufio's looking kind of hurt here, and
Maybe.
No, but if you give it to me, I can at least attack. If you don't,
but you can't. You can't act.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's right. Okay.
So if your turn ends, I mean, this is a little bit of meta involved. So what I'll give you is this. I won't give you too much meta, but so Darius, you've got some medicine, do you not? Some medicine skill.
I have medicine. I know what's. I have a lot of medicine. Rufio,
yeah. So Rufio, you know that if you don't get treated soon, either by yourself or by someone else here in the party, you're probably not going to survive this. The way that you're feeling is...
That's what I can't figure out is what I got into. I haven't done anything that could get me sick. I haven't eaten any. I'm just... Okay. I'll figure it out. Okay. Let me see. Yeah.
You got scared.
Well, yeah. All that's happened is it's looked at you, and then you started to feel this way. It started slowly, and then it's just progressed quite quickly in the last few minutes. As this fight's been going on, you've been getting more and more stiff.
Can I have a medicine roll so I know exactly what happened?
Yes.
Huh? No.
You've succeeded.
Oh, did I? Okay.
So you've succeeded, which means that you know that when it looked at you, there was a transference of energy that happened, and you know that your body is slowly turning into stone.
Okay. I passed that on. I tell that. I was like, Karabash, the thing zapped me. Oz, you got to kill the damn thing.
I would say at this point the priority is killing that and then healing him.
And he's destroyed.
Petrified. It's not going to help anyone.
Die.
I mean, it's every character's decision to do what every character does. Rufio could attempt to heal himself on his turn. And if AD has medicine, he could attempt it. And Darius, if he has medicine, he could attempt it. Yeah, so pretty much it's, whoever thinks they want to go first. I think maybe if AD, because AD does not have medicine, I don't think. Maybe if he goes first and then takes out the creature, then Darius can maybe focus on healing Rufio, maybe. Do we want to try that to get us started? Because I'm pretty sure
that'll work. And cool. Then we can heal each other. I can heal myself, and then he can help me if I fail.
Right, yeah. No, I think that makes a lot of sense. So AD character sheet. Okay, so let us clear out everything. Let us make a normal attack, and it's going to be with our combat. Let's see if I'm still getting ghost dice from somewhere. Oh well. So 1, 2. So he's actually succeeded. He has succeeded. because there shouldn't be all those purples. So yeah, he's done it. So let's see. That will be 8. Will that be enough to bring it down? Let's have a look at the health. This will be interesting. No, not quite. He does wound it. It is on its last leg, actually. So it is
if
what
that's
it
the
is.
case, right now, I don't think AD can be turned to stone, or at least I'm hoping.
AD. Well, AD's not in danger of that right at the moment.
AD is a stinking droid.
Right, but the thing is, I am was the main concern, because if both of us end up getting petrified, we're both doomed.
Right, but you haven't felt any
I'm gonna
of
come
the
over
other
here.
effects. Yeah.
Is there equivalent in a skill check version of AIM? Where you can take like 2 strain and get an extra blue die for a skill check?
You know what? I'll just give it to you. You're trained in medicine, right?
Yeah.
So usually that would take a talent. Okay, so if we were going by the rules,
Okay.
Usually it would take a talent to get a boost. But you know what? Because it's cool, we can. Yeah, you can do that. I'll let you have a blue for 2 strain.
Okay.
Yep.
Tell me when you're ready for me.
Let's see the difficulty. Actually, so this won't be the roll, but can you just press the button for me and see what actually comes up at this stage? So those 2 there are ghost ones. I don't know where they're coming from. This is the one thing that I don't like about these sheets sometimes, is sometimes they just get ghost dice from nowhere.
Do you want me to ask? I'm in the Roll20 Discord. Do you want me to ask them about that for you and see what they say while we're going on?
Sure. You absolutely succeed.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, even with those extra grays, he
You absolutely succeed. Yeah. So, you, Rufio, you've been feeling worse and worse as these minutes have gone on. Your whole body has just started to, just turn. You can even see like this redness is starting to like overtake your skin. And then Darius comes over and he pulls out some sort of instrument, I don't know, and he just like puts it in you, and he sort of puts his hand on your forehead and does a couple of things, and then just all of a sudden, like, the redness starts to withdraw from your fingertips. You're starting to be able to move your fingers again, and then your hand, and then your arm, and then your legs, and like, over those couple of minutes as he's tending to you, you recover from this debilitation.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to do a resilience check to see if I needed to help. But if I don't need to help, that's
no,
cool.
He's absolutely succeeded for you.
All right. Now, what is Ko-Ri-Kayan, the right up here on my sheet, like the 1, 2, 3, 4th skill on the top of my sheet? What does that do? So I know.
Oh, coercion?
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
That's like intimidation.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Star Wars version of intimidation.
Gotcha. I am going to really want to kill this thing now, even more so.
All right.
Because I don't give care. Okay, so I can take all my...
Well, it is definitely your turn because he's come over and healed you. To make a shot, that would be the difficulty there.
I'm going to, because of my character flaws, I am reckless. I am going to take one set of my movement to get into point blank range. So this time I know I killed the SOB.
All right.
So let me take off. Has that two blue gone away now that I'm healed?
The two.
Two
Yeah. The strain has not gone away, but all of your negative dice have gone away.
Okay, hold on. Let me clear all that negative. My slowed, and let me take all that off. So that's what the markers were there for, just to help me remember that I had something wrong.
Something wrong with you, yeah.
Okay, so I am going right up there by AD. I am so mad at this thing. I'm just going to move right up there, and I'm going to shoot the thing in the head.
Okay. Beautiful. Well, I've updated the difficulty, so it should be correct.
Okay.
I think I found what the problem was.
All right. I'm going to take a heavy blaster at point blank. I'm hoping
blank
to
range.
Blank.
Yep. You succeed, and you know what? Being point blank range, you can line it up.
Here's what happens, guys. Rufio walks right up to the creature, not even remotely scared of it, sticks the blast, touches the forehead of the creature with his blaster, and pulls the trigger.
Right. Beautiful. Yeah.
And I'll take a dark side point if you want me to have one for doing
Oh, no, you don't need a dark. No.
It's premeditated murder. I mean,
these things were harming you. You're good. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's dead. So you've killed both of these things. And maybe the way that you felt during this, it was probably the worst thing that you felt maybe for a very long time. The hardening of your body. But now that you've overcome it with Darius's help. You're feeling much better, and knowing that these things are dead, and knowing that because you found out vital information before that they did not have young, they just had, I guess, a nest that had no young. You know that there's no more of these things in this particular area, so you're relatively safe.
Sweet. That helps again.
So,
okay, can I do a repair roll on AD to see if I can get him fixed up?
He's not hurt, believe it or not. He's not really hurt.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he took damage.
I think he did. I think I didn't put it in. He took 4. That's right. Yeah. So he's got 4. He's got 4 wounds. I don't know if you want to repair that.
Yeah, I'm kind of the techie guy, so.
Cool. Yeah. So it would be mechanics. Well, we'll call it a success. 1 second. Let me take this out. The despair doesn't apply. He was only that far, so hang on. Oops.
Good Lord.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, so you've succeeded with a triumph. And 2 advantages. So you can heal 2 points of your own strain there, Darius.
Okay.
So, and you will heal. You will heal him a little bit. It won't be as much as what you were hoping for, but with that triumph, though, with that triumph, we can do something cool with that. Let's say that something vital here is upon healing him, and working with him to collect these water samples. You collect excellent water samples, the best quality that you could. And in amongst this, while you're doing this, you discover not only is this not salt water, it's fresh water, but there is an underground network that is not salt stone. So you're walking on salt right now, but the underground network where this water is coming through is not the same salt rock as what we're treading on, which is why it's fresh water. So you've discovered that, and you've got a good sample of it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, are we seeing an entrance into the sub-cave under the water?
We'd have to look around the area to find that. We don't know, so we'd have to look around.
Okay.
And what were you saying there? Sorry.
I was going to, while he was doing the water sample, use my little limited mechanics to finish up the working on AD, so he would be back to perfect before we went down. But it's really not necessary.
He's fine. He's good. Cool. Well, you guys have control of your tokens. You can see the map. You know, and I mean, obviously your characters are in this canyon, so they cannot see beyond the curves and whatever. So if you see something on the map as a player that you like the look of, or you want to go and investigate, you can take us closer there, but not right up to the feature that you want, being that, you know, obviously the characters have to see whatever it is. So you can take us to wherever, take your characters to wherever is close to wherever you want to go in this map. And if you want to move on from this map to somewhere else, obviously you've learnt that there is some sort of cavern network, and maybe we can find something. Yeah, you found something up there. That's cool. All right. Yeah, again, AD will take point over here. And yeah, you you turn around this this corner, and so I'll just explain some couple of things. So up here, there's a number of plateaus of rock. This particular rock face is actually like up to like 45, maybe 50 feet tall on the right hand side. Also, as you were passing, you did take note that there was an outcropping over here, and because of where you are now, you can see that there's actually a pathway, and you think that from that outcropping you could have a pretty good view of the whole area from up there. But directly ahead of you, something that is more of an attention seeker, I guess, is there's a big whopping 20-foot tall hole in the rock, and a blackened cavern that extends into the rock as it goes forward there. So a couple of things there. If you wanted to have a look out, you could. If you wanted to go toward the cavern, you could. And it is up to you which you want to do.
What you think, Oz?
I'm going to move forward to about here and start doing scans again.
Okay.
I'm careless, and I'm in pan mode. Let me get out of pan mode and slap it. I am in careless. I'm going right up
to
the edge of the door without actually going in.
All right. Can I just get? I will get an easy computers check. So I've put in the difficulty there. If you can just click on your computers and just see how much success we're going to get. Lots of success. So with that, lots of success, just as Rufio is rushing up to the cavern, you do get 2 definite pings coming from the cavern. And you have no idea what it is. The life signs are completely foreign to you. As they look sort of maybe humanoid size and humanoid shape, but they seem to have tails. And Rufio, as you're...
I'm not shouting, but I'm just going to shout, gonna flag him down and say, don't go in, not yet.
Yeah, so you can, let's do this, because you are not afraid and because you're like really gung-ho, we're gonna say this. Let's roll between you and Rufio. Both of you, can I get both of you to roll me a vigilance check and see who scores better, because that's who gets to act first, basically. So it'll be, if Rufio wins, he will get to the darkness before Darius can slow him down. And if Darius wins, you've got that opportunity to slow Rufio down. So Darius has technically won that. So Darius calls out to you, Rufio, as you're rushing towards this thing, and just as before you get there, he's like, "There's life. I don't understand what there is, but it looks like something dangerous." So you've got that those couple of seconds to react. Are you still wanting to rush in there, Darius?
I'm
Rufio?
going all stealth. Yeah, I'll make a stealth roll, and I'll be going just inside the lip of the.
Okay, you want to make stealth? Okay, it's going to be pretty difficult in this situation. You're coming from the bright sunshine into the darkness, and they are already in the darkness.
4 greens. I have 4 greens in my stealth. I think I'll be okay, but let's try it.
Okay, and I will roll a difficulty here. One second.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. It's all right. I can just roll it separately. It's fine.
I knew that looked too easy.
It's okay. All right. So you actually have not succeeded with your stealth roll.
With all those,
but you've got 3 advantages. So with those advantages, you can make a free maneuver if you would like to. You can either move up to the creatures that appear, or you can do another sort of free maneuver, maybe an aim, if you would like to do that for free.
I just want to get into the door so I can see what's going on. I'm not making any really blatant attempt to run up on them. Okay. More as I'm just wanting to go just inside the flip of the door to see what I see inside.
Well, that's what you see.
Say it. I'm sorry. Say it one more. Tell me one more time. I'm sorry.
So 2 black, like completely black creatures are there in the darkness. They are your height, and you're quite tall for a humanoid. They are your height. They have 2 muscled hands with claws, and they have very long tails. And all over their bodies are spines.
Do they look sentient, like they're intelligent?
That would be a check, like let's have a look to designate that, or you could just try and communicate. But just on a glimpse of them, the check would be. Let me just go into my skills here, double checking. It would be a law, and it would be xenology, education, probably xenology is the best thing here. Sure. Yeah, absolutely. They do not look sentient. They are not acting like sentient creatures. They are sitting in the darkness. They look intelligent enough to set up an ambush, but they don't look like they could speak to you.
So I look up at it like it is, because I'm still don't have a clue that they're not sentient, and I look up at it and say, "I'm Captain Rovio Lazenti of the Rebel Alliance, and we mean you no harm." And that's probably when they're going to attack me because I ran up on them.
When he started to run in, would I be able to slip into the brush here and kind of do my own stealth?
Yeah, I mean, you've got that whole couple of seconds of movement. So as you yell it out and he's just running straight forward and he doesn't care, you're like, okay, I've got this moment to set myself up. So whatever you would like to do with that time, you can.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try for the stealth just because I figure I can probably shoot from pretty much where I'm at.
Sure. And given that you've got the cover there, I'm going to give you a boost dice to that. Let me put that in. I'll put that in. It's going to be average because of where you're at. And you can go ahead and roll that. Cool. So no, unfortunately in this scenario.
Yeah, it was worth a shot.
So we've got to clear that out. Yeah, in this scenario, it's been no. But you know you're set up. You're set up and ready. It's just they can see you. It's really just plant life, not like a huge tree. So
right. I was just looking for a little up while he was blundering into mayhem.
Into mayhem, and yeah, it was worth a shot. Definitely, it was just that in that case, those purples really kicked you in the ass. So anyway,
this time you put the purples back on purpose. Okay, they're not extra. Okay, yeah. Rufio's like, I'm gonna go make first contact with these dumb Karabashing idiots that are coming up on me. I want to make friends. We got to meet the locals. And sure enough, he's gonna go get himself killed.
Right, yeah. So they've got these blackened spines all over their bodies, and they're like nearly a foot long, these spines each, that are sort of jagged all over their bodies. You think that even getting close to them could be dangerous to your health. If you were to attack them with melee attacks, that might do harm to you, perhaps. It's not guaranteed, but it's going to be dangerous to melee these things because of all of those spines.
Right about here. So as AD and Oz move up, I'm just going to step right back out into the sunlight.
Yeah.
Just about right there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just look at AD and I say, AD, my friend, do your best.
And you know what? As you step back into the sunlight, they do not follow you. They sit there and then they slink back into the shadows. And because it's so dark in there, you lose sight of them. But you know that they're probably still there, but they absolutely do not follow you into the sunlight.
Okay. Oz?
Can I do a perception check because I do have the scanners? Can I tell how far the cave goes back and where they went?
So the cave goes back a long way, at least a few hundred feet. The creatures are only, 15, 20 feet into the darkness. You can tell that. They are waiting there in the darkness, but they will not come out into the sun.
Does that cave look big enough to be be the start of a rebel outpost?
Possibly. It depends how they want to set it up. You could definitely use caves for for dwelling, for storage, especially when things have to be like refrigerated and stuff like that. Underground facilities for that sort of thing are really, really good. They're not so good for military bases, but certainly for storage, you think that this would be very helpful.
So I have a question I'm mentally trying to picture. Is this the front end of the place where they went to in The Last Jedi? This is trying to just get a mental picture of what I'm looking at. Is that like the front end of what used to be the Rebel base there? The front end where where the trenches are, or is that like, or like in the back where Rey came in to rescue them at the end?
I haven't seen it. What you're looking at?
I'm sorry. Okay,
you're okay. You're okay. So what you're looking at is a cave face. It's sort of whitened salt stone that sort of comes in a giant arch and just a dark tunnel that leads down into the darkness. Beyond that, there's not like, it's just a rock face with a hole in it and tunnels behind.
Okay, so nothing. Okay, I got you. Okay, sorry, I'm making too much Last Jedi references because
that's okay. I've
Crait.
seen all the original movies and everything like that, but I haven't seen the most recent ones. That's probably my bad. I possibly should have done that, but I read up on it rather than watched.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I just trying to use a lot of the Last Jedi references.
No, you're good. I appreciate it. It's cool.
Honestly, from seeing the movie, if the other side of that cave could be a launch area, it would probably be going in the back door.
Like possibly. When Rey came to rescue them. Got it. Okay.
I'm just trying to help.
Yeah.
Yep, thanks. Anyway, so I backed out and definitely said they're not sentient. Let's leave them alone. Get your scans, Oz, but let's not go any further into there.
Yeah, and you can obviously record, how far your scanner goes back. It sort of gives you, it doesn't give you detailed like exactly where the tunnels go, but it gives you a pretty good read of what's there down in the tunnels. And, you can always come back with more troops, or they can always send more troops. There's no reason to risk your lives. If you know where the area is, you've pinged it out, you've said there's probably going to be like underground water down here that's going to be clean and fresh, and along with these tunnels, and maybe more of these creatures, you don't know, but you can report what you've seen and move on. I mean, you've got so much to do here anyway on Crait. Like there's a couple of different areas that you need to investigate. So getting that initial report will definitely help. So yeah, we can leave it there and leave those creatures be.
Yep.
Cool. All right. So sending that information back, Vamin, your handler, she congratulates you on finding fresh water. She says that's fantastic. She says she's never sort of heard of creatures quite like that, but she takes note of the location. She marks it on her maps, and she puts in danger on the maps ready, and gives you can give her a description of what these creatures look like and what they're likely to be able to be capable of, and she'll put all of those in the rebel notes. And then unless there's anything else you want to do on this map, she's willing for you to move on to the next area that she's flagged.
Yep. Where are we headed? Back to the shuttle.
Yeah, so you head back to the shuttle. Oh yeah, cool. I'll have a look at that in just a second. Thanks for that. Cool.
It's funny because they make the reference of the rebel base on Crait, and I was like, "Oh, this is perfect." Now I know when this happens in the timeline.
Yeah. So my timeline's very slightly different to the move to their lore-based timeline by about 3 years. I'm about 3 years too late, but the timeline for my game and this goes together really well.
In your timeline, Craft is the base right before they get Hoth.
Yes.
They'll come Crait and then Hoth.
Yes. Exactly correct. Well done.
Sweet. While you're reloading, do we have 2 minutes for a bathroom break?
Yeah, absolutely. Take a break.
Okay.
Yep, and I'll get us sorted.
Right back.
Cool. Me moving these guys to that layer.
I was ready to fight stormtroopers when I walked into that base. Not that was an Imperial outpost. Dadgummit.
These characters over to there.
I guess my scanning goggles are coming in more useful than we thought.
Yeah, look, they've definitely come in useful for sure. Definitely showing us signs of life and stuff. That's crazy.
Well, they're technically security goggles for when you're on base and things like that, but it seems to be working well here too.
Absolutely.
The whole idea I thought with that is a little bit of a way for me to do surveillance and things like that without it actually breaking out a computer or anything big like that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a good idea. And because, you know, this is a one-shot, so those things, you know, I'd rather have them be useful because, you know, in a one-shot, if you've sort of gone to the effort of finding the item and given it to yourself and then it's not useful, like it's kind of wasted.
I don't mind having wasteful abilities in any game. It's always better to not use it than not have it.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
But you needed a scientist on this one, and Darius comes pretty close.
Yeah, he certainly seems that way. Cool. That's very good. So what do you think of the system so far as we're going through?
Oh, I love the system. I've seen a few games, so I knew a little bit of what we were doing. So
Be right
it's
back.
not like I haven't seen the system at all. It's more of just
you just hadn't really played. Sure. Yeah, it probably is. Looking at that picture, it probably is the other side of that. We'll make that lore now.
I just thought it would make it easier on you.
Yeah.
Because that was actually an abandoned rebel base that they were going to.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. Well, this is the rebel base. Well, when it's established, this will be the rebel base that will be abandoned. So, yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying. I just thought it was weird how you had not seen the movies, but you're pulling so much from it.
Like I said, I've seen the original movies, and I've done research.
Crait is a planet that is used a lot in the books too. It's not. A lot of the Crait is used. I'm sorry. Used a lot. Come on. It's used a lot. Taking a little ibuprofen real quick. I've been on my computer all day. I'm getting ready for tomorrow. I've got a headache starting. Crait is mentioned a lot in the lore.
Mm.
If you're a follower of Clone Wars, Rebels, Crait was mentioned a lot in that. So right in the birth of the Rebel Alliance, Crait was a big choice in where they were going to have their bases.
Yeah,
because they fought over between Crait and Hoth going right to Hoth, and the Alliance leader said no, we were going to Crait first.
Yeah, well, they had two other suggestions, which were Insk and Daxan.
I would have liked. I take it you prepared for the other two too?
Oh no! I mean the story, because in my because the timeline and things like that. The way, I'd set it up so that Crait was the place to go, and all of the encounters are for there, and that. So yeah.
I just didn't know if we came back and played with you for 6 months later if we were going to go to one of the other planets.
So in this timeline, so the what the campaign is doing, say they're on near Pando and just on the edge of Hut space.
Oh dear.
So they're dealing with some stuff going on over there, and in my version of Crait, is not quite in the sectors where they will be exploring, but just off. So having this game and seeing how it goes and seeing what happens with the the rebels.
This will help if we want to come and play your Discord game too.
Sure, yeah. If
because we'll keep the character. I'm sure that's why you gave us two versions of our character sheet. So when we come to play with you next time, we'll have our character sheets.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be cool.
Okay, I'm back if you're ready to get.
Yeah, I am definitely ready to go. So I've taken us now. So basically, what Vamin says is, as she said when you were first coming down onto the planet, there are these strange red crystals that are sort of all over, seem to be all over Crait, and she felt like it was important enough because their presence is pretty much everywhere that we go and do some investigations surrounding these red crystals. And so she's basically found another area. Again, this is an area where we can't really fly. We can park nearby, but because again, these mountainous dunes and stuff are making it really hard to fly the speeder exactly where she wants us to go. But she says,
which way are we coming in from?
You're coming in from the south, and it sort of curves and.
Oh wow! I've used this map before. Sorry. I see where you.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is the thing with RPGs. There's only so many resources you can find, and you just do what you can.
Maps are always such a limited thing.
I was like trying to find desert maps and whatever, and it's like I was looking through a lot of them.
So basically, we're gonna have to go up here.
So no, you can. So the level that you're on, you would just you would follow along here, down the lower level, because there's some crystals just up ahead.
Yeah, this crystal right here.
Okay. Yeah, and also if you look up more to your north, like I'm trying to ping for you. If you just follow that, there's a number of crystal locations there as well.
Oh, I just want to go look at one of the crystals.
Yeah. So
what I'm doing. My typical thing.
You're scanning for life.
Hey, if it works, it works.
Right. Look, so you're not getting the presence of life that you were getting in the last location. You'll see tiny little blips maybe of like a scurrying salt desert creature, but nothing big and imposing. that you can see.
Okay.
From your read. If you want to do a more thorough computers check where you are, you can, or you can get close to the crystals.
I'll probably come up to here and then check.
Sure. Yeah.
I look back at the AD.
I'm not silly enough to run up to anything anymore.
Yeah, me either.
The shadows in the cave tried to bite us too.
They did, but they stayed in the darkness, which was good for us.
Yeah, so I turn around and look at and ask AD why he's bringing up the rear. Go get in front like you're supposed to.
He says, "Yes, sir."
That's my damn.
It's because
job.
I'm trying to do 500 things at once, and I am not anymore.
And when he says that, Darius looks back at him and gives him kind of a dirty look.
Oh, it'll be okay, Junior. That's why I'm the captain, and you guys just do what I tell you to. Anyway, oh yeah, no, I'm not the captain because we didn't have our face. If our face would have been the captain, yeah. Where is our fearless? Yeah, I looked at AD. Where is our fearless leader? Why didn't he decide to come down here at the last minute?
He says, "Oh, from what I heard, the rebels needed to send them on an urgent mission. It was." I didn't get the briefing. I just they just said it was
so
something.
Basically, we've been talking to our leader. Our leader?
Yes, our handler.
The face is the person that we've been talking to, right? The one you labeled as the face.
So
the other playable character.
Yeah, and I just made them into the handler for the purposes of
Oh, okay. Okay, then I wouldn't say that. I thought it was another character besides the handler. Gotcha. Okay, so what are we doing?
Yeah, so you're coming up to these crystal formations, and they're growing out of the ground, and they're quite large. You can see how big your tokens are, and this does the scale is correct. So these crystal formations are quite sizable. Or the crystals themselves range from only like a foot long to more like 8 foot, sometimes 9 foot long, they spine out in all directions, and with that computer's roll, you're all good. You don't sense any life, significant life, anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna go up and examine the crystals here.
Okay.
More of a scientific type study.
All right. So, how does this look? Tell me exactly what you're doing. Are you trying to take a piece? Are you trying to put your instrument up to it?
Yet. I'm seeing if there's any sort of energy signals like quartz crystals can have, anything residual based off of environment.
Okay. Sure. Well,
I come from a scientific background.
Yeah. The closer that you get, because you've got your instrument out, right? So let me just show you what I'm going to explain. At this, where you are there, right? Your readings are fairly clear, and as you get to about here, your instrument, it starts to have some lines across it, and it's getting a little bit harder to read. And then as you're getting up to here, it's completely going all fuzzy, and you can't really get a good read on anything, as there's a lot of interference the closer you get to that crystal.
The fact
but
that
is it showing any energy signals? I know crystals are used in blasters and a few other things.
Right. So you can't get a reading of that, but because your instrumentation is acting up, your gut tells you absolutely there is some sort of energy coming off these things.
Did he really walk an entire 18 feet away from where 80, 44, and I are standing?
Sorry. I'm trying to do multiple things, so I can't drag AD around like.
Oh, okay.
So
Here.
AD's there, so just give me a second.
Sorry.
Well,
Right.
honestly, AD would be wanting to do support and make sure we don't get jumped.
Yeah, AD's right up
So
there
it
with
would
you.
make sense for him to fall back because he doesn't see a threat here.
Yeah.
I'll stay back.
So something else that happens, okay, because we're narrating now that AD is around, the closer that he gets to the crystal, the slower that AD walks.
When I start to notice it, I don't know if he does or not because he's under the effect. I gesture for him to get out.
Yeah, he sort of starts to sort of say malfunction, and as you're commanding him to get out, he does. He'll retreat back to where Rufio is for the moment because there's more crystals down the other way. So going back to where there's not crystals is probably the safest bet.
I tell Rufio these are emitting signals that are interfering with technology.
Go to I tap on my comm link and
so depending where you use your comlink will depend on exactly how clear your signal can be. Right where you are, you wouldn't get a signal back to the ship, at least. You would get a signal to your companions, but you certainly would not get a clear signal back to the ship. You'd have to...
Would I hear him trying to transmit?
You would hear him try and transmit and failing, yep.
Well, I didn't know because I'm that close to the crystals if my comlink would even pick it up.
So it's not so you get interference on your comlink when he tries to do something through the comlink.
Okay. Oh. I'm going to back off. I'm going to pull out my comlink and I'm going to try to boost the signal.
So show me exactly where you want to be when you're starting to boost the signal. As far fucking away as possible. I love it.
Well, I'm assuming that I've got to get further away from them.
I'm sitting here going black leader to home one, black leader to home one, and I'm just literally turning around 180 degrees. And I was originally, as I walked away, I was about here, where I started realizing I was having issues with mine, and I'm just talking into mine as I'm walking out of the...
Yeah, so you get the signal when you reach about here.
Wow.
Back to the ship, anyway.
So okay, we tell our handler, our face, what was going on there.
Yeah. She says... all right. Obviously, there's some sort of energy coming from there. I mean, we would love to get, an analysis of that. But putting AD in there might be dangerous, and putting this technology in there might be dangerous. Would you be willing to go in without the technology and just with a beaker, because you've got these collection tools. Would you be willing to go in there and grab, or do you think it's going to be turned? So she's asking you your assessment of the danger and what you'd be willing to do.
Oz says, I can try to go in there, but I will probably have some of the similar problems that he does.
Hey, boss,
Oz's arm is artificial.
Backed up with technology. Here, he takes off his comlink, he takes his comlink off his wrist, holds his blasters, gives them to AD to hold on to, grabs the scanner, and he won't have a clue what to do with that.
The scanner won't work for you. All you need to do is pick up one of the small crystals.
They're little tools, and you can take a sample. So they're not technological tools to do that.
Okay, you see where I'm walking up to. I go right up there to it.
All right. Yeah, so you get up there, you take out your tools, and you start chipping away at the crystal. And as you're doing this, so Rufio, I'm going to get you, please, to roll me a perception check. and because you're working on it, I'm going to give you a black because you're kind of like concentrating. So you get, I'll give you that in my thing, and there's your difficulty in mine. So the dice pool is set. So if you can just put, okay, yeah. So you do not see it. For Darius, you do not have the black because you're at a distance and you're paying attention and everything. So I've taken away the black, and can you now please roll perception for me too?
I'll get to it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you've absolutely succeeded. So you see that the top and the back part of this red crystal is beginning to like very sort of sporadically move. It's starting to like crack.
Wow.
Get out of there.
And as it cracks, you've got time because he's like shouting at you. He's like, something's moving. As it cracks, you actually will get to see what's there. The crystal actually moves. I'll show you this outside the crystal. It's not going to move to here, just so that you can see it properly. This is what you see moving at the top of the crystal. I'm going to put it back to where it was. So you get to move away from it, and it is cracking and moving and coming to life, but your instrumentation, none of it reads life signs. Whatever this is not alive.
Oh, for God. Give me back my blaster.
Is it moving towards us?
As soon as Rufio stops chipping away at the crystal, because he's moved away just before he got the sample, as soon as he stops and moves away, then it sort of hardens back, and then it's almost impossible to see again, as you can tell.
Okay, I'm looking around the base of these. Is there any outlying crystals, like a new formation trying to start?
Let's see. Yeah, give me a survival check. It's going to be average. Those are correct. Oof. That's harsh. You don't find an outlying crystal. You think that there probably will be somewhere in this area, but right where you are, right at this moment, there's not one just here. You can see if you, because like we've been closer, so you probably saw off to the east that there was like a much smaller one over there. Where I'm pinging, I'm not sure how zoomed out you guys are, but where I'm pinging there, yeah. So that's like the smallest kind of one that you saw from where you were. So maybe that.
You want me to go over there? You want me to go try to take another sample from over there, Oz?
Right now, Darius is going to try to go through this field, even if his arm stops working. I'm assuming that it's not going to cause enough problems for me to be crippled.
No, so it'll be fine. So basically, your arm will slow its movement, and if you got like right up, like within short distance to one, it would stop completely. But it's just one arm, and then as you would walk away, you'd be able to start moving it again.
Now, can I use the scanners to do sort of a search of distortions? Because these have to be giving off some sort of areas that I'm going basically blind in for the sensors.
Right. So yes, it's going to be a harder check. just because this is not
I
really what they
expect
were
it to be a
designed to
harder
do.
check. I'm just looking for an option to get at least a better option on my roll.
Right.
Because right now, survival is not my strong suit.
Yeah, and fair enough. So what it will be hard, which will be 3 purples, and it'll be a setback. Now, do you have any talents that will remove a setback for computers?
I do, but I don't think it would work in this way.
Okay.
Because most of mine involve either hacking or...
Yeah, like Rufio can help. You can sort of aid him. So aiding is something that you can do, which would give a blue. If you want to do anything beyond that, you can define to me what that is, and I can let you know what possible effect.
I would like to give him that blue.
Okay, yeah. So you'll get a blue. So I'll put the blue in. So the blue is in, the setback is in, the difficulty is in. All I need then from you is the actual roll.
Okay.
You succeed.
There you go.
Okay, I'm looking for the smallest distortion field I can get. Preferably not off of one of the main crystals. I'm basically looking for a seed.
Right. So you can tell from this scan that neither this crystal or set of crystals nor this crystal have the same power of signal that the other 3 that you were just with were emitting. The power of the signal is much less. It is not interfering with your equipment quite as much, and you just get the feeling that if you were to take something from one of those, perhaps it wouldn't have that same effect that it was having over there. But beyond that, you also... There's not enough advantages for that. Yeah, so I'll give you that.
Okay. Well, Oz will go over here and try to collect one.
Yeah, and that's the smallest one.
I have both education and a lot more in the educational stuff. Sure. I'm assuming that this would be like geology research.
So collecting it is really just a physical task of going bang. It doesn't even take a check to do it. If you want to then like analyze it later, then that will be a research check. Yeah.
Okay. Well, right now I'm just going to get it and let us get out of here.
Right. Can I ask?
Right now, all I'm seeing are these funky crystals. That's all we were told to check that out.
Yeah.
And I really don't want to get jumped by whatever these crystals do.
Right.
No great dragons for you.
Right. So, Rufio, I need you to place your token where you are exactly as he is collecting the crystal.
I was looking on my PDF at my talent. Sorry. Hold on. Let me get back on my pan.
Because you'll obviously need to be closer to him because you gave him an aid action just before. So.
Yep. I'm right here beside him.
Oh, cool.
I just was tabbed out and looking at something on the PDF.
No, that's cool. That's cool. So, yeah, you're tapping away and you get a piece of the crystal.
Actually, I would have had him stay back to cover in case something does happen.
So you can be maybe like here. Let's say that, all right? Because you gave the aid action and what's not, and I think that makes the most sense. Now...
I'm worried about what that thing was creeping up back there. So, yeah, I've got my back turned to Oz for right now. I'm watching that one right there, making sure the dragon doesn't come back out or whatever that is. The baby giving me the evil eye. Uh-oh. Is he moving or is he...
He certainly is.
Oz finished.
I would say it's time to take a pot shot.
You've got it. You've definitely got it, but you see that these things are now moving towards you. So they get to where they are now. So you've got some time, but not a lot of it. So yeah.
So
what do you want
how
to do?
big are the mounds around us?
The mounds? Yeah. So getting up here would be just so. Okay, let me do this. So to get from here to there would be 2 maneuvers instead of 1, right? So it just takes 1 extra maneuver to get up, and each time you go up, it's 1 extra maneuver to go up. That's it. So it's just 1 extra maneuver.
I was just trying to figure the shortest route to get to where AD is, because I have no intentions of wanting to deal with winged little demon things coming out of crystals.
Yeah. Well, it looks like, so they're more crystalline than what they look here. But yeah, anyway, they're crystal winged things. And yeah, you definitely don't want to be near them. So what I'm thinking is that like say getting up there, and then I mean you don't want to get too close. Maybe
here's a crazy thought. Would I be able to change the harmonics in my transmitter to make it off-putting where they don't want to come to us?
It's possible, but you don't know what sort of frequency they are drawn to. So what you can know without any check is that they only moved when you touched the crystal, when he was trying to take the sample the first time, and then when you've taken the sample, then they've actually fully like animated and started to move towards you. So there's that. I guess that when you got close to that crystal, that the signal of your tech faded and got messy, the signal, and that you couldn't contact the base. Beyond that, I don't know without a check that you would know anything about tones or signal types.
Can I do an education check?
Absolutely, you can. It's going to be hard because, I mean, you don't know anything about these things, but it's just, yeah, I'll put the difficulty in here. It's probably, yeah, it's just going to be the same. So it's going to be 3 and 1 black, but I've got all of that in. So yeah, you can just, have you got anything in your education that will help you with this?
I have 1.
I mean, any talents?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So in this case, unfortunately,
things are too busy.
Things are too busy. Things are too dangerous, and yeah, there's nothing that you can get from the signals. So you think? I think what I've drawn there is probably the closest, like the quickest and closest. That's not too close to them, because you don't want to go up that third level.
It would just be quicker for us to run around it rather than having the penalty of going up twice.
All right. So if you went...
Hey, Oz, before you go back, double back, we may have to go like around. But wouldn't it be, I'm going to draw on your screen here.
Yeah, yeah, go for it. I mean,
can we not come back out and go back that way? Oh, no, that's going to put us right in there. Never mind. Let's see, how do I get rid of that?
So I can do that.
Thank you. That was oops! I didn't mean to do that. I meant to pan.
Okay, I'll give you this, right? So you could retreat this way, but then that would mean that AD is left behind. He could go and get the. the speeder and meet you.
I'm considering this more of a retreat and go to next site. We got our sample. We got
Yeah.
critters following us.
Yeah.
We don't know what they're going to be able to do, and
Right.
I know nothing about crystalline life forms, which I'm assuming is something.
So I reckon follow up and around, and AD can get the speeder and drive around the whole thing and come and meet you.
Okay.
So that's what I reckon is the best.
Yeah.
And you guys can just do
we'll
that.
Make a run for it.
Yeah, you guys can just do that. And yeah, that's not a problem. So it happens. You guys get away. But I'll throw this your way. I'm gonna here use a dark side point because of how you've done this, and you've taken a sample and you haven't engaged with these things. They're gonna remember your energy signatures, and whatever that's gonna do in the future, you don't know. But just as a story point. That's a hostile action that has been taken by humanoids of your types. To them, anyway. So off we go to the next
we
map.
can always give the piece back as a peace offering, but right now I think that our mission is to understand this stuff, so...
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
I could have handled those critters. I have a talent called Barrage. It would have been just wonderful. I just would have sprayed the whole up.
Yeah, that would have been cool. All right, so we'll take you on to the next map then.
Since AD is piloting and not me this time,
I'm
going to go ahead and analyze the crystal the best I can.
All right, sure. I think that the difficulty stays the same. So
okay, are we doing education or computers?
Your choice, actually. The two, either one is fine because you're using computers and you're using knowledge. So
I will definitely go with computers.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you're going to take 2 points of strain. So basically, as you look through, you sort of just like the way where you're driving and stuff, like sometimes you have to sort of drive close to one of these crystal outcroppings, and each time, just as you're doing this research, there's like this wave of like mental energy that floods through you, and you take those 2 points of strain as you're getting this information. But what you find out with that success is so what exactly do we want to know? So what these crystals are called? They have a name. Let me just copy and paste the name for you because that might be difficult. I don't know if you like taking notes, but it's rhodochrosite is the name of the crystal. Okay. And it seems like not all of them, but the ones specifically in this area seem to have this very special energy coming through them, and it seems like there's some sort of life, but not life. So it's like unlife. It's like construct-ish crystals coming to. They are able to move and reason, and it seems like that they act defensively when they're attacked. You find that if you didn't take a sample from them, that this would never have happened, and that that is considered like you've harmed them, kind of thing.
Okay. Since I understand their energy signal, could I use mechanics to mask the signal of this fragment we've got?
The fragment that you've got has lost all of its signal.
Oh, okay.
So once removed from this specific few, that are in this area, all of the crystal, and what you assume is any crystal that's taken away will lose that energy signature.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you guys are in your speeder, and you're going to the next area. How are we feeling, guys?
Good. Are we running? What time? Oh, we got another 45 minutes. Oh, we got
another hour. Is that so? We started at 11 to so we still got a while.
Oh, cool.
We can stop whenever. Like,
are you going to play anything this week? Have you scheduled yourself to try to play anything this weekend?
No, I am not playing anything. I'm running everything. I'm running.
Maybe I'll see you in the morning at Smoke or any of the other games.
Yeah, I just have not got the time, unfortunately. I would love to.
Well, there's other conventions. Like if you Google virtual tabletop conventions, you're going to find about 10 of them. So they're all spread out throughout the year. So there'll be other times you get.
Yeah, there'll be heaps of time. Yeah. All right.
I'm not. So anyway.
So hopefully.
Is there a way to medically get rid of strain?
Yes. So apologies, I haven't been doing this step, but we can do this step now. So at the end of an encounter, which can be both a story encounter and an actual encounter, what we do is we roll either cool or discipline, and it is a flat, no difficulty check. So you just roll it, and then any successes that you get strain back. So you can heal 2 strain, Rufio, and Darius, you can heal 1 strain with that.
Why can I not?
And once we stop, I would go ahead and try to finish patching up AD.
Okay, yeah, and AD is going to also, obviously, excuse me.
I think AD is probably fine.
So he's fine. So I'm just going to leave you guys here. You're on the transport.
I didn't mean to move. I'm only moving myself so I can see my strain counter.
All right.
My numbers. Sorry. Okay.
I just moved myself so that I could actually read AD's name.
For some reason, I brought up this independent dice roller, and I don't know how to get rid of it. Please ignore what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get rid of this dice roller so it goes away, but it's still not going away. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Now, number lock. There we go. All right. Now you can put me wherever you need me.
Cool. Yeah. So, we're just on the speeder. All right. And we're like moving on the speeder, speed, like 2, through here, and it's so as you go underneath this stone arch, I guess, on your way to the next spot, the stone arch above you, like as you're flying or gliding, I suppose, driving beneath it, it starts to shift. The entire arch starts to lift into the sky. And as you're flying past or driving past, I'll get us a little bit further away. As you're driving past, you see this rising up from the mountain. Its arm was the archway that was above this this road or this path, and it starts to pull itself out of the mountain and rise up as you're driving as fast as you friggin' can away.
And as it rises up, the barrel of my gun kind of rises up, and I'm like, hit the gas.
Yeah.
Black leader to base. Can we get prepare for orbital bombardment?
Exactly. Just nuke the place, damn it.
So I tell the handler, I said, literally lock onto my comm link, bombard from the surface.
Yeah. All right.
So does it follow us?
Yeah, but I mean, our speeder is faster than it can move. So what will happen is this. In the time that it takes to pick up a boulder and throw it, we're at its maximum range, but it's going to get one throw of the boulder off.
Can we try to shoot the boulder?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you can see it, because it sort of moves, lumbering, picks up. So you've got time to aim and everything as this thing comes up.
So no aiming from space? Damn.
Oh, they will. Yeah, they will. It's just not in these couple of
I'm going
moments.
to let you go first because your gun is bigger than mine.
Yes. So here's what I do. Okay, so I'm gonna shoot my heavy blaster, and I will. Will you set up my my barrage technique, please?
So all we do is we just add damage to whatever you do.
Okay.
So that's it.
Okay, so I just roll it.
Need to. Well, give me a sec.
Oh, sorry, I forget about you. I'm not used to playing with these fancy character sheets on Roll20. Anytime I've played in Roll20 before, I've just used the dice roller over on the.
I'm just trying to make things easy on you.
We definitely. All
right, so you're at extreme range. So short, medium, long, extreme. This thing is adversary 2. And it's made of stone. And so I am ready for you to roll.
Okay.
You can let me give you a blue to aim. Let me give you another blue to aim if you want to take 2 strain. Do you want to take 2 strain to aim twice?
Sure, I'll buy that strain.
All right, cool. We'll do that. So yeah, you're
ready?
Adversary 1 because it's a thing. Yep, go ahead. Ooh, harsh.
All that roll, and I got that stupid.
So you've gotten 4 advantages, but a failure. So you can pass 4 blues on.
Oh, he failed, but I'm gonna be ready to take the shot after him.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I'm not done. Hold on. You lent me blues, right? Is that what the boosts are?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've already used those. Okay. I think I'll be done. I mean, is there anything else? What else did you say I could do?
Pretty much you've done 2 maneuvers and your action, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've gotten those 4 blues ready for you, and your difficulty is all set. So
I'm gonna go ahead and aim twice.
So you're gonna have 6 blues. Yep.
Oh, I forgot about aiming twice.
No, he calculated that for you.
I did,
That's
yeah.
what those 2 blues are.
Yep, I'm good to go when you are.
Okay. Right now I'm on skills. Give me a second.
You're right.
Okay. Let's see how crazy this gets.
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a crit if you want one.
Would a crit be able to blast it so that it scatters around us rather than hits us?
You can spend a story point for that.
We don't have any.
You should. I've got you with 1 light side at the moment.
What do you think?
Up to you. I mean, this is going to do damage to it anyway, but you don't know how much damage it's going to take to shatter it until after we narrate what happens. So it's kind of like the ball's in your court as to how you want.
Well, to me, using force points is more of a group decision rather than a personal.
Well, yes, we make a decision together, but I'm a GM, so having AD's opinion, AD goes, do everything that you can, because that could completely disable our transport if it lands a solid hit. Because that, like, it's a massive boulder. The boulder is like 20 foot by 20 foot. It's huge.
Yeah, what do you think, Carl?
What's that? I'm sorry. I'm talking to my partner.
Question is, should we spend a light side point to...
The 1 light side point we have to make it where the boulder doesn't hit us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Or it shadow...
That's going to be bad damage, and we'll get knocked out of the speeder.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you... Oops. Yeah. So I will update it. Don't worry about that. I will update it. So there we go. And you've done... Yeah. So you shoot, and you shoot like a number of times. Let's say 1, 2, 3. So that's 5 successes. You shoot 5 times, quick succession, and get it in all of the right places, and it just shatters, just showering you with debris and dust. And we get away from it. And then as we drive away, once we're at a safe distance, it takes just a few moments and the orbital bombardment issues from space.
And I look at Rodolfo and I tell him, thanks. Your shot helped me to figure out the math behind how to destroy it.
And we get away. So, all right. We're coming into our last scene. It's going to be a long one, but we're coming in. So just so that you guys have a little bit of tracking on your side. All right. And we drive to the final map. And we arrive here. And our handler, she pages us.
My gun is on my lap.
Yeah, she pages us. And she says, look, in our initial scans, I don't know if you remember, but our initial scans detailed that this area is close to where you were that first time with the water underground. She says it's close to there, and we're reading signs of possibly sentient life up in this area. So, keep your eyes open and peeled. Not sure if they're going to be hostile or friendly, but we're reading signs of sentient life, so just, you've got that knowledge. So you're all ready to whatever you want to do, start to do it. And again, so with this, you can use the speeder up to about like here-ish. While you're on this this level, so anywhere in this level, you can use the speeder. But going up into the hills down here where the life was scanned, you won't be able to again use your speeder there, as it's just too tough a climb. But you can climb up there, not a problem.
Okay.
So what I might do is, because of things, we will put you over here on the upper level. Your speeder is down there, it's safe. I'm not going to mess with that. Yeah, you guys know that these life signs are close, and you can probably even see from where you are that there are some tents or buildings down to your south east.
So are we going to go in and talk to them, or what are we going to do?
AD sort of says, we could send signal flare, see if they respond. If they attack, we could get to the transport from here in a movement, and if they are peaceful, then we can talk. Maybe that's his suggestion. Signal flare, see what happens.
I don't know how socially graceful you are, but I at least know how to duck.
I can do it. AD, send up that damn signal flare.
So,
my droid, he listens well.
All right. So after a little bit, you see a convoy. Let's see. It's going to be. I'll bring these guys, I think.
And I am doing active scanning while this is all going on.
Oops. Don't want that one. I just want those. Okay. So, and I'm going to show them because they were in their buildings. All right. So, quite tall, as in about 8 feet tall, these things are. And they are, cyclopoid, so they have the one eye in their forehead rather than two. And they're moving in groups of 3, as they're approaching curiously. And you can very clearly see that they stay in their groups as they're moving. And they are not carrying any weapons, from what you can see. They are barehanded. Sorry?
Okay. I leave mine down and definitely don't look like I'm in any kind of threatening manner. And I tell AD to make sure he starts learning that language as quickly as he possibly can.
Quick, get the dictionary!
Yeah, in case we have to, translate. The translate.
So you're whispering at AD, hey, how much protocol programming do you have?
Do I look like I'm a protocol droid? He's got to have a whole hell of a lot to work for me. He probably has none. I don't even know why I'm thinking about
having AD, as far as what he's programmed to do, he is an assassin droid, so has programming for battle, and
actually, language might be useful for that.
Yeah, but it's still a protocol function that
he is knowledgeable in warfare.
Well,
but doesn't really have negotiation skills.
Yeah, go watch the back end there, AD. We'll take care of this.
Puts him. I go forward because let's be honest here. I'm probably a little more diplomatic than Roloff, even if my skills don't show it.
Sure, Rolfo still does this though. just steps up right in front of you. Oh, even better. Wait a minute. Here, just make it look a little better. It steps right up. That way, if he's going to take a blaster bolt, if somebody's going to take a blaster bolt, if it goes bad, it's going to be Rolo. But he'll still let you do the talking.
Right. There. Yeah. Well, as you can definitely see, they are completely bare armed. Their hands though look quite muscular, and their claws look quite sharp. So perhaps they don't even need weapons. So they're gonna approach. So they're gonna.
I'm gonna ask: do they have clothing?
Yes, they have heavy clothing on.
Okay.
I'm Captain Ruva Zelensky of the Rebel Alliance. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
All right. So, given that you're sort of calling that out,
but not in any kind of threatening manner.
Yeah. You're just trying to communicate.
Where are they? I still have I not panned down enough to see them on the map? Where'd you
maybe? So you this time, instead of going south to north, we're going north to south. So we start at the top of the map and scroll down, and maybe you'll need to zoom out a little bit as well.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know how zoomed in you are, so it's hard to.
I'm zoomed in right on top of us.
Oh, yeah. So zoom out a little
bit. There they are. Oh, goodness. That's a lot of them.
Yeah, 2 groups of 3. Yeah.
Now do you understand why I was a little hesitant there?
So you can hear them. They turn as you are calling out. The 2 groups they turn amongst themselves, amongst their groups of 3, and they look at each other, and then they turn over back to you, and they go, "Oh, hello, hello."
Oh, Karabash, they're primitive. This is
what I'm gonna do is I may not be able to translate it, but I'm starting to record what they're saying.
Yeah. Cool.
And then
good plan. I like that.
Can I boost the output of my comm link to where it's actually almost like a mini speaker? Not very loud, but barely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play back the first thing they said and then stop.
They look at them like, so the 3 to the north 3 look at each other,
and I have the link in my hand.
Yeah, the south 3 look at each other. They look back at you. They look confused, and then the 2 groups then look at each other, and they're like, "Oh, here, oh, here," and they start gesturing now. So they're gesturing.
When they start gesturing, I point to myself and say Oz.
Okay.
I'm worried because they've never seen an alien before, I'm sure.
I'm not. We aren't going there. We don't know what other intelligence is on this planet.
That's
and
true.
we aren't even sure they are.
So they see you point to yourself and say Oz. They look at each other again. They try and figure it out, and then like one of them lifts hand, puts it on chest, and does this and says, "Afsin."
And then I do that. I look up, put my hand on my chest, and say, Rufio. In the true Peter Pan style, Rufio.
They'll lift their right leg and stomp it down and say, "Arcee."
Okay, Rufio does it in two and says, Rufio.
And they all look at each other.
With Roof.
And they start.
It does not look threatening. Just trying to.
Yeah, they like that. They're starting to understand.
As Rufio talks, he just kind of does a little bit of this each time, but he doesn't make it any gravely avoid. And if they look like they get mad, he'll back up off. But for right now, he's trying to make.
So, yeah.
In the scientific equipment they gave us, was there anything like a linguistics translator system that I can download into my computer pad?
There is, but whether it will
speak crack
extend to these, we don't know. So you can start that process. You can start that process. It'll take a minute. All right. So you're starting to download that, get that ready to see if it's going to be helpful. At the same time,
I'm trying to pick out what I'm doing, Matt. Let me tell you, then you can tell me, is that I'm trying to pick out a leader. I'm trying to figure out which one of them is
right, and they're just about to show you, right, because of what's happening. So the two groups, they come together, right, like this, and they point at you, right, and they make this symbol, right. They do this. They go, and they say Foomcore, and then they part. Right, so this group comes down here, and this group comes over here, and out from behind, because this takes a few minutes, right? So it's not like all at once. So if you sort of want to intercede as I'm going, this scene is a minute scene rather than a second scene. Okay, so you're trying to communicate. This is all happening. You're trying to understand what's going on. And then Foomcore will come out, and this is Foomcore. And all of the small ones, or smaller ones, they're making this symbol and pointing at you, and then pointing at Foomcore and going, Foomcore! Woo-hoo-ah. They can't say your name correctly. And they keep on pointing back and forward and giving this symbol.
Oh, Karabash. But he has to keep going to try to make friends with the big guy. So he kind of eases up just a little bit more, not looking any kind of threatening, and holds its hands out in gestures of goodwill and says, Rufio, trying to see if the big guy will let it sink in a little bit more. Still not looking like he's trying to hurt anybody or anything. Just kind of.
Right. So given that, and
Rufio looks really strange to these guys, I'm sure.
Yeah, and they look strange to you. You've never seen anyone like this. That's okay. So this is all taking a couple of minutes. So now, Darius, given that you've tapped into that signal, you've now downloaded it, because these guys are like facing off and talking to each other and gesturing, and they're all trying to figure each other out. And so you've downloaded that. And what you get is it can't translate directly, but you've got some information, okay? And that information is that it seems like these things or these people are well, tribal, nomadic in nature, but also that they have a challenge system in place where if two clans were to meet, there's always going to be conflict over resources like water and food. And what happens is that the leader would challenge the leader of the other clan. And it looks like these guys are pointing at Rufio and pointing at Funcor and having that as a challenge, because that's what they understand. This is their understanding.
That sounds more like a cultural program. Do I get any words whatsoever out of?
Any words? Let's have a look. Just looking at this.
Am I just going to have to shoot him? Is that what I'm going to have to do?
It's looking like it.
Well, yeah. So based on what Darius, actually give me a research. Yeah, give me that a lore or something, or a xenology as we're doing this, so that we can get a really good picture of exactly how much you pick up here. So
education warfare, do it.
Education is fine. Yeah, it's just going to be average at this point.
I have 2s.
All right. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So you pick up pretty much whatever you can because you got all those successes. So okay, what you pick up? These things are called abyssin. They apparently have muscular regeneration, and they are a tribal society that is very violent. They are brutish people, and when there's conflict, as I've said, the leaders fight each other for superiority, and the winner takes whatever resources the other tribe has. In addition to this,
okay, here's my question to you.
Yeah.
We each have some rations, right?
Right.
If I give them my rations, do I think that they would accept us in the tribe?
Yeah, because I'm making no apparent trying to take control away from the big guy. I'm trying to let the big guy know that I'm another little peon that wants to be his friend. I don't want to.
But their culture is different to yours. So
Because-
okay,
Right.
so
And
so
that's
let
the
me.
reason why, like in animal packs, going overbearing to a dog will get you bit. But if you come up under them and let them come to you,
Yep. That's what I'm trying to do. Hopefully.
Yeah, I understand what you're trying to do. So here, as a GM, I'll give you this. So I'll explain to you what they're thinking at this point, right? So they see you and they're thinking another tribe, okay? So and for them, whenever they meet a tribe, this is the process. Whether there's friendliness or
Right.
not, there's
But
always a challenge that's issued.
there's two ways in.
I have an idea. I know what I'm going to do. So right now, I drop my blaster rifle. In case he comes at me, I'll set the challenge. But I let everybody behind me on the team see me set my blaster to stun.
Right.
My rifle, my blaster pistol, my heavy pistol to stun.
Right.
Oh, no, my heavy pistol doesn't go to stun. I pull my other blaster out of my case and
Right.
set it to stun. That way, if I do have to shoot him, I'm not going to kill him.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you're prepared just in case, and as far as what Darius understands is even if you were to lay your food and water down, this is their cultural practice that whoever is the winner takes it. If you were to lay it down and then walk away, then they would just take it. And you don't think that they're going to communicate with you further. The act of the challenge is kind of like we will take it, and then you're allowed to stay with us and talk to us and trade. But that act of the challenge is the deciding factor that allows any further exchange to take place. Does that make sense?
Yep, perfectly. So what I'm going to do is, because I see him now, I'm a good little chunk of distance away from the others. I lift up my arm slowly and hit the button on my comm link, and I tell Oz that I'm about to stun the guy, and hopefully that will be the end of the posturing, and then we can start talking. What do you respond with, Oz?
It's worth a shot.
Okay, I walk right up to this guy.
And that is literally what you get over the link. That questioning.
It's worth a shot.
I get right up in his face. I'm probably looking about his stomach.
Yeah.
And I pull back before he has a chance to do anything, and I stun him.
All right, so roll that attack. Because you're now in melee with him, because you want to make that shot as you reach him, correct? Or as you're walking up to him, because there's two different things. So let me tell you the difference, and you can tell me which one you prefer. So if you do it as you're walking up, he's an adversary one, so you'll get a red. It will be just one purple because it'll be short range. If you walk all the way up to him and make that shot in melee with him, then it will be 2 red instead of a red and a purple.
No, I'll take a red. I'll take 1 red. I'll get him on the way up.
All right, let me just set that up for you. So it'll be hopefully, a red and
I'm hoping my long-term goals are hoping that the blaster fire will scare the rest of them so they don't do anything stupid.
Right. Understand. So it'll be he's adversary 1 anyway, so it's a red and a purple, so you've got that.
You are looking that I'm going to use my array gun versus my...
Right. And you are... I'll give you an aim if you want to take that strain.
It does have a blast 5.
It does, yeah. I understand. There's no one adjacent to him at this point, so you're okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely trying not to use that if possible, but let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, we should be good to go. Nice. Cool.
Good Lord, I have more successes with the little gun than I do with my big gun.
It sometimes happens that way. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. And this does not have pierce. Nope.
Has blast 5 and stun. And I did purposely turn it over to stun. I am not trying to hurt him.
He soaks 6.
Oh my god, he choked it all.
So he took 4 points of stun damage, which goes straight to his wounds because he is a rival, not an adversary. Okay.
Hopefully that's enough to get his attention.
Oh, it gets his attention, all right. He's gonna whoop you one.
Is he fixing to attempt to close the gap?
Well, there is no gap right at the second, but because you shoot and then because sort of how I see this, you're walking up, you shoot, and you get up to him. Yeah, but yes, okay. He's closing the gap whether you do that or not.
Okay, here's a crazy question.
All right.
Can I use my medicine to figure out how much trank it would take to knock him out?
I should get him down in one more shot of my next turn, I hope, if I'm reading.
You can try. How much trank it's going to take? Let me All right, let me
Because
think
I'm
about
assuming
that.
I at least have a mild sedative in the med kit.
Sure.
Yeah, but how are you going to close your gap from way back there to way up front where we are?
So what is your
I
rank
didn't
in
say I was going to.
what is your rank and skill in medicine at the moment? What are we sitting at? How many greens and yellows?
I have 1 yellow and 3 green.
1 yellow, 3 green. All right.
And I also do have education from actually studying, so I don't know if that changes
3
anything
green, so
or
that's
not.
4. With a possibility there. How much trank you gonna take? So let me tell you this. If you're gonna need a total of 8, at least 8 successes on medicine checks to get him down. So you're going to require multiple medicine checks to do that, and it's going to take at the very least, 8 successes to do. You know that.
May I make another suggestion to help you out there, Oz? Set your blaster on stun and shoot from the back.
The thing is, I don't know if that would break the one-on-one combat.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And you understand as well, given that we've had information to and fro, that this is not generally a fight to the death. This is a fight to submission. And
oh, I didn't know that.
You think that it's like you could accidentally die. Absolutely. They could accidentally kill you, but it is unconsciousness or, whatever that this fight is to. They're not going to he's not going to wail on an unconscious body. He's going to fight till you're out, but not to the death.
So I got an idea. So I look back in my I just discreetly on my look at my commly really quietly, and I ask Oz, do you have a stimulant, or do you have any stimulant? What do they call it in Star Wars uniform?
Impacts.
No, yeah. Do you have any Aeroplast or something that'll jack me up? I ask that way because if you can feed it to me, I'll be able to take a few more hits if he gets his hands on me before I go down.
So the way that I would rule this, because I don't think that he's got anything with him, but I'm about to spend a dark side point to hit you. Okay, so once I've spent a dark side point to hit you, you guys will have a story point up your sleeve at that point, at which point you can spend one to say that you do have something that will jack him up. Okay. But it's going to be after I hit you. All right?
Actually, I would prefer the opposite.
Well, you don't have any light side points at the moment.
I know, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I need something to keep me on my feet.
Okay, in any case,
it's gonna hurt.
The first thing that's going to happen is he's going to hit you. Then you'll get whatever response it is. Okay.
I'm going to be backpedaling as I'm sure that he can close the gap faster than I can move behind. Start backpedaling.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So.
Boop, 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 and
all right. So we're at. Okay, it's a melee check. Any defense on you? I think you do have a defense, if I remember.
Where is that? Is that in my skills? No, defense. I have 1 range, 1 melee. I'm good.
Okay. Yep. So there's that. And I upgraded.
Oh, I got 15 wounds. I didn't realize I had that many.
Yeah, you beef. Okay, so this is his check. Okay.
Okay.
Upgraded and everything.
Wow, what is that on the end? What's that little thing?
That's
So
a triumph.
he failed.
Stun him again.
He failed because of that. But he's gotten 4 advantages, which will be boosts for him for the next attempt to hit. And he is going to learn your fear. What is your fear?
Hang on. Let's just look at the character sheet. Oh, my fear.
So it will be
Obscurity. My name better go down in history as one of the greatest hunters ever.
so what he does, and you can I want you to role play this, all right? So this is a role play moment because he's learnt this about you, okay? He's learnt something that is going to tick your boxes, all right? He says, "You nothing."
Oh, Carabash, you did not just say that. you poor excuse for a dung, and you see see him rip off his uniform shirt, and he goes, Roofy! Oh, and he's gonna shoot him again.
All right. And being that we've got the thing, you did ask if he had something. So if you want to throw him something, Darius, with a story point, or if you want to do that a different way, you just let me know what you want to do before he...
Oh, I don't think I'm going to need it. I think I just jacked myself.
You're just going to jack yourself up, all right? I mean...
I'm going to stun him again.
Knockout grenade.
So we've got...
Just sort of a gas.
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to actually do.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to use oh wow, how do I only have 2 dots in light and 2 yellows in heavy? Wow, never mind, that was not what I was thinking about. So I'm just going to go to my gun and I'm going to shoot him again, but this time he's pissed me off enough where I'm going to just, I'm going to spray. I'm going to spray and hope all 3 of them hit his big ass. I'm going to use barrage, my barrage technique.
You can't because you're not in long or extreme range. Your barrage is...
that's going to hurt him more when I hit him at close range. So that's fine. I'll just hit him straight up then. Are you got everything in the system?
1 second. So let me just check everything. You're short, and he's adversary 1. Doesn't have defense. Yeah, I think I'm good. Yeah.
Here we go.
All right.
Just 2.
Yeah. So that's what, 8 damage less his soak. So you do 2 damage to him. In total.
And then I just look at him and say, Roofy! Oh!
Right. And with those 3 threats, you take those 3 threats in strain. So you take 3 strain.
Let's see, how do I update? Oh, on me.
So, and he's
That's
got
blue, right?
4. Sorry, the blue circle. Yeah. He's got 4. I'm gonna spend that. He's got that. He's got that. It's that and that. It's all right. I can do it if.
Yeah, please do it, because for some reason. Oh, I'm not clicked on my person. Hold on, that might help.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead and change it for me, please.
Yeah, sure. So it was. You took
there
3.
We go.
Yeah. So okay. So he does succeed this time. So he pulls up his hand and he brings it down. And as he's bringing his hand down, these red tinted claws just flash before your eyes, and he brings his claw down and he does 11 points of damage, pierce 2. So it ignores 2 points of your soak.
Okay. Do I have a soak roll or anything I need to make?
No, I think your soak is 4.
It
if I
is.
remember correctly. So it's instead 2 for this. So that's 9 damage to you.
Okay. How do
And
I
will do that for you. Right.
You said the was supposed to be 3, not 6. The blue. No, you did. Never mind. Okay, I think that's right. Okay.
Right. So yeah, he's brought down his thing. You've done that. He's done that. He hasn't got enough advantages to activate anything on his claws. So we're back to you guys.
All right. Go ahead. I'll hold my turn for a minute while I'm looking at advantages on my sheet.
Okay. At this point, I don't think another hit would. I think another hit would probably kill Rufio.
Right. Or has the potential of, yeah.
So, what do you think about me using a light side point to have a trank gun?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Like I said, it's going to take 8 successes because he hasn't been hurt again. Oh, yeah, he was hurt again. So that's been updated. It would be your 4 in medicine. It would take at least 6 successes to bring him down.
Well, I was thinking that it's just simply a weapon. I pull it out just like you would take down a large beast.
Right. But what I'm saying is, like in order to actually bring him down, even with like you shoot him, but to bring him down, it's like as if you shot an elephant with a dog trank gun or an elephant trank gun. So if you did like 2 successes, it's going to be like as if it was a dog trank gun. But if you got 6, then you'll bring him down. Does that?
The thing is, I can't get 6.
But you could get 6 on 2 hits.
See, it's not. Yeah, you can get it. It's just going to take you a couple of turns.
I mean, at this point, I would be better off tranking him.
Oh, you trained me. You might as well go make a new character because I will kill you.
No
hey, you
PvP.
I'll go home and I'll go back. I'm a bounty. He's a bounty hunter, dude. Don't do that to him. That would be, especially what race he is. That would have been the biggest. He'd kill you, or he'd make it really hard for you to live in the known world. He'd put out so many contracts on you with the Empire that your existence in the rebellion.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't know what else to do at this point.
So I'll give you this.
Let me go. Let me heal. I've got things.
Yeah, I'll give you this.
At this point, it's either stand there and watch him kill you, because you can't damage him.
I'm going to make a medicine roll to try to discreetly pull something out of my ass. I mean, my pocket and heal myself a little bit. It won't be too much.
Right.
It's not.
And I can throw some stuff your way. Like we're spending points now, right? We're spending story points. So the rule with Star Wars is, we make a cool scene, so together we can do that. I'm not saying this is a hopeless situation, right? So you're telling me you want a chance at bringing this guy down, right? We can make that happen with that story point, right? So what we can do is you could attach something, so you can spend a story point and attach something to your current weapon, set it to stun, in addition to the track.
No, I'm done with stun at this point. I got it for you.
No,
boss.
I mean for Darius. So Darius, what I'm going to throw your way is, right, you set your weapon to stun, you attach the trank, right, and that's going to give you, the successes of the weapon in addition to the successes of your medicine to give you that chance. Right? So
Well, Karabash. Oh, well, that was a good idea while it lasted. All right.
Well,
So it'll be a weapon attack, right? So let me set the scene. So we've got.
but do I think that this would make the combat moot? Because I would be interfering in a duel.
If they see it, yes. Yes, you would be interfering in a duel.
And I'm assuming he's worked with Rufio long enough to know that it will extremely piss him off.
But if Rufio is brought down and not killed, you guys can then trade and talk. But if Rufio dies, that's an issue. So it's kind of you're betting like which way it is. It's hard. Like I know it's a story point. This is
Carl,
so,
what do you want to do?
Oh, hey, can you tell me what that means on my medicine?
It's your character. I mean,
I'll tell you in just a minute.
One hit will kill you.
Yeah, hang on, Matt. Tell me, did that medicine roll do anything? I don't think it did. Correct?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay. All right. Well, then I am near death, so I need to make sure that's there. And there we go.
So what happens when you get to your wound threshold? Let's just give you some information about the system. It doesn't mean that you die. It means that you're incapacitated, so knocked out, right?
Oh, well, I'm only at 9. I got till 15. I can
right.
Hopefully if I can get him down in this round, and at which time I am discreetly turning my blaster back to full power. Still my little one, so it won't do as much damage. But I am definitely still slipping it up.
At this point, you need the big gun, man.
I won't switch it.
It's not going to help you.
Yeah,
that thing is milking what you're given.
Yeah, well, he's right on me. I can't justify. He's right on top of me, so I can't. I can justify flipping a button on my pistol versus trying to go to my back to pull out to draw my heavy out of off my back. I can't justify doing that with him hands. He's hands on.
What do you want Oz to do?
I just would want Oz to stand back and watch.
Watch the Death or Glory. Death
or Glory. It's anything that a Kulzani would want. But I know I deep down, Rufio knows that you're not going to do that. So you might just have to take a few bounty hunter contracts that'll come after the fact that you saved his life, and we'll just deal with it afterwards. Because I'm sure we're going to play our characters at other games, because I'm sure Matt's going to invite us to his other games. So this won't be the last time we'll talk about these. Yeah, so you do what you do, but just know that Rufio is going to hate your guts when you do it for a bit. But you don't stop just because he's going to hate your guts for a minute. It may affect your friendship and the fact that you're his partner, but don't think that when we get back up to the ship, I'm sure the captain will get in between us if we look like we're about to come to blows.
Yeah, and it's all for the rebellion after all.
She is not going to let me kill you. So she is absolutely not going to let me kill you.
Yeah, and part of it is looking at those motivations that you've got and seeing if they help you, help inform that decision. I don't know if they do, but maybe they do. I'm not
we'll
sure.
See. It'll be nice once the fearless leader type role has a player behind it, so we can role play it out a little bit better. But in the meantime, Pistol is slipping up to full power, and I'm trying to get him in a non-crucial spot. Like maybe I'm going to take it out as maybe I'll just give him a good hammy, so he'll fall.
So yeah,
and then I'll see if showing off again. So now so he's going to shoot. I'm shooting him and taking it.
I'm going to ready a med kit.
All right, sounds good. Yep, so that's ready. It's all good, ready to go. You can even have a boost when you activate it because you're getting it out and you're ready and you know that he's...
Can I give him a boost? Take an action for a boost?
You'd have to move up and help him somehow because you don't have unless you've got what is it, it's the reverse to scathing tirade. It's
cohesion.
I do have a character with it. I'm just trying to remember the name of it.
Then I'll just have a med kit.
Okay, so it's all ready. You'll get a boost when...
It's nothing that ain't going to just require a little time and some bat. That I'll be fine.
Right, so are you first? Do you get the shot first, Rufio?
Yeah, I'm going to take it right now.
All right, go for it.
Unless he's doing something that's going to preempt me from...
No. It's fair. He's...
Let me get back to my gun. I flipped it off a stun and put it back to kill. So here we go. Taking out his... do I have any negatives for the called shot to his hammy?
Yeah, I've put that in for you.
Okay. See, if I was using my heavy pistol, this had been done a couple of rounds ago, but I'm not.
Right, yeah.
There we go.
It is what it is. Yeah, you succeed. So you'll take those 2 points of strain, though. So I'll do that for you.
Oh, shit. That's going to put...
So that'll be 8. And then you've done 8 points of damage to him. Less his soak, which will be 2.
Discipline to heal strain. What is it? I can't remember.
We're not at the end of the encounter yet, so we can do that at the end of the encounter. So and then you've got a triumph. Do you want a crit? Do you want something else to happen? With that triumph, you can make him fall. Like you wanted.
Just take his leg off. I'm okay with just severing his leg because it's not killing him.
All right. Yeah. You take his leg off.
And I look at him and go, Rufio, and I point at him and go, and then I just if you're seeing what I'm doing on camera, I'm just doing like just
right. Instantly, you see all of the total attitude of all of the other Abyssin completely changes at this point. They look at Fumkor and they start like shouting at him, grunting, and he's on the ground, and they are doing this motion to you.
Hang on. I'm not watching. Hang on. Let me get back in that tab. Go ahead.
Yeah, they are doing this.
To him?
No, to you. They're pointing at your gun and they're like,
Rufio. Hey, Oz.
Yeah.
Bring me your med kit. I got it. I need something. Oh, I don't feel so damn good. But he's still there sitting up trying not to make up.
Oz looks at you and says, I think he needs a little more help than you at the moment.
He's lost his go.
Do not give it to him. They'll figure out something. He's going to be without a leg, which means I'm going to be in charge while we're here. Exactly what I wanted to do. It's fine.
That's not going to change anything.
It will change something. It means that I'm in charge, and anytime we have to approach them, they will come peacefully, and we can do what we need to do. If it means we get a protocol droid in here to learn the language, we can get a protocol droid in here to learn the language.
Right. Yeah.
Next time
what I'm saying is
a Z40 at home and bring damn C7R2 with us to do the translating. C7 should have been on this mission to begin with. What I'm
saying is there's no sense in having him die.
Oh, he's not going to bleed out. It's a blaster shot. It'll cauterize the wound immediately. It's not like, what are you going to do? Put him in, teach him about Bacta?
Yeah, so we'll give you some information, all right? So, yeah, he will not die from that wound. It will totally change the way that this tribe works because he's now mortally, well, not mortally wounded. He's now crippled, should I say. But that's okay. They are claiming you as the winner, which means that they have to, by their laws, give you their resources, and they then.
I don't want it. I just want.
So you're just like, take it back. We trade or talk. And they will understand that, and you will see a look of gratitude on them as you didn't finish him, and you are not forcing them to give up their resources. So those are 2 good points in your favor. He will not die from this. But
watch this, Matt. Hey, Oz, give me your pad.
Okay.
You get me your pad, your data pad.
Mm-hmm.
I draw it. I got to go back to Tatooine. That's the newest tattoo I have to get. And it's a picture. It's a picture of
yeah, you
that.
take a picture. Yeah, cool.
So what I'll do now is I'll get up, I'll go over there, dust myself off, and I'm hurting in it. Hopefully he doesn't see it. But
as you're starting to stand up or whatever,
there's
I'm gonna do. Can I do a stealth check to subtly give him a med pack?
Won't take it. I still have to open it and use it. So,
well, is there reason for the stealth? Like,
because he knows I won't take it.
Right now, we don't know the state of their idea of medicine. I don't know if we really want to be the magic men.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're going to be the magic men anyway, because I just introduced them to blaster fire.
So all right, so I'll give you this, right? So they're all gathering around Fumkor, and they're not paying attention to you.
Healing and harming.
Yeah, they're not paying attention to you. So if you want to heal without them knowing, that's fine, because their whole attention is on Fumkor and getting him back into the camp.
Fumkor, so I don't kill him.
Yeah,
that's what he's trying to get.
But they're not aggressing you. They're not paying attention to you. They've invited you to join them, and they've walked away carrying Fumkor back into their camp.
Yeah, and which means now we can come and go in the camp and not have to worry about any kind of retaliation the next time we walk into this camp. We can come into the camp.
These characters, yes. Yes.
Yeah, anybody else from the Alliance? Any of the rest of our team?
Well, it's the tribe. If anyone came without you, then it would be considered a different tribe. If they come with you, it'd be considered your tribe. That's how these guys work.
So what I want you to
recognition.
I guess we better try to send Fukor some kind of medicine indirectly. Maybe get it, mix it with his food. Take up some food off he points at the fire. Take some food out of that and mix it up with the food. It might be.
I'm happy for you to just do that as part of the
fine.
process of it.
On the other hand, am going to need a Bacta tank to fix this mess. I am going back to Tatooine for a long hot soak. I got a new tattoo to get. Okay, Outer Rim is definitely calling us back to the base because we definitely ain't going to try to get into Yavin. Let's just go back home and do what we got to do. I think okay, so now go scan get your scans for this area before we leave.
Yeah. And
I hand him back his pad because I have his pad in my hand because I was drawing it.
So pretty much we're going to start wrapping up at this point because
Yeah, I am going to have to cut it short now because I do have to get up at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and we're pretty much finished anyway. So basically how this all pans out is that so this site has that entrance that you posted with the fox type creatures. So basically what has to happen is these guys have to move, and they move a lot anyway, so they're nomadic, so moving away from here isn't an issue. And you will, with the help of the other rebels, find a more suitable place for them to set up. And this will be the actual site where all of that happens, because this connects through underground to that river and to those underground caverns. And they will, and anytime that you guys are here, they will help, the Abyssin will help you to clear out those caverns, because they will use them to travel to and fro. So that's kind of how this all goes, because you guys have been successful in doing that. However, as a side note to that, because you shot the guy's leg off,
I'll take the dark side for that. It's fine.
Well, all I'm saying is, story-wise, when they meet up with the other tribes, they're going to have a lot more difficulty winning those battles when it comes to...
Wait a minute. Did you not just hear what I told Oz? Can we not split back into his food? So it
But you can't... Well, yeah, he's eventually going to regrow that limb too, because he's got regeneration. But for the time being, yeah.
That's fine. That just means that anybody else in the Alliance has to come and talk to him. They got to bring me. It's fine.
It's like... anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so you sorted that. Pretty much we're going to finish off.
I'm going to be that guy that the Rebel Alliance hates, that bounty hunter that they hate to call on anytime they come to Crait. But anytime they come to Crait and deal with I know they're going to have to bring me with them.
Yeah.
I'm that bounty hunter.
It's like, oh, we have to get him again. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I'm sure that she's sitting up on the ship just doing this. I'm like,
probably. But look, to both of you guys, thank you for committing to the game and coming along. I hope you guys...
apologizing for being in and off the roster. I wasn't sure with Extra Life going on here in the States. I wasn't sure how much I was going to be able to play this weekend. And then when I realized, and I did not know the time zones difference until I found out I could go on to Plus One Con and to the website and change my time zone. Right. So this game was like, technically, I know it's Saturday already for you guys, but for us, it's still Friday night. So I could get here. Unfortunately, I'm sorry for having to bail on the other game, your other game that I wanted to Pirate game. Did you take me off?
I do not have that power, so you'll just have to leave it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that it was, I forgot about Extra Life being this weekend.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll finish the live stream now, and any more talking we can do off screen. I just want to again say thank you to both of you for coming to play. I hope you've enjoyed Star Wars. I hope you've enjoyed this story and the scenarios. And look, you guys are welcome to come and join me in other games in the future. And to anyone that was seeing this or does see this in the next 24 hours or so, do have a look at the Con Plus One website, which is conplus.live, and please donate. It's a great charity, and we would love for that. But from me to you guys, good night for tonight, and we'll catch up another time. And I'm going to stop the broadcast now.